The following is brought to you by the People's National Party.
Make the trumpets play. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. To get tell me how we can do it together. When we look at the future of precipice, we see Jamaica needs the vision of the PSP. People said the bag of promises, them can't carry go shop. And the crime rate getting high, I wonder when it all goes now, comrades. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. We can tell me how.
The proceeding was brought to you by the People's National Party.
The scale of dealing with anti-corruption issues. So there is a learning curve that we are going through. What is important is that the government supports the development of the institution so it can accelerate very quickly on that learning curve and provide the resources so that they can move very quickly on the learning curve, and that the government does not intervene or interfere. And that message goes to the opposition as well. Leave the anti-corruption and policing agencies to do their jobs. I know why you come to me with that foolishness, you know. You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want the right start that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable. And stop making excuses for them.
Hello, welcome. Happy Tuesday to those in television land. Happy Tuesday to our silent supporters. Happy Tuesday to everyone in the chat. As usual, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate each and everyone's continued support. Remember, when you come in, thumbs up the live, share us out if you can. And if you're new to the channel, please show us some support by subscribing. That will be greatly appreciated. Tonight's topic is political poison with your host, Mystic Sensation, which is Baron and Anne-Marie. And we also have Melting Pot in the building. Let me just go ahead and welcome everyone in the chat. Carlene Anderson, Doris McCoy, Beverly, Josette Williams, Damian Goss, Patel Cruikshank, Sharon Ricketts, Devon Fletcher, Rosa, Jonathan Johns, Carla Ebanks, Laverne, King Ty Anderson, Freedom, Doris Edwards, Charmaine Spratt, Barbara Giwa, Maroon Princess, Richard Reed, Daniel Taylor, Fiona Burnett, Brandon Nedrick, welcome. Winnie, Miss Winnie, bless up yourself. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. And I want to say a special bless up to all our channel members and also to our moderators. Georgia Lynch, bless up. Bernal James, bless up yourself. And remember, guys, keep those persons on the western end of the island in your prayers because they're still going through a lot. I saw a recent video. Someone went and do some charity down there earlier this month, and the condition is really still very grave. Nothing is being done for a majority of the people down there. So continue to keep them in your prayers. And the person who we assisted with their recovery from the hurricane or partial, it is done. So we will be showing that soon as we get everything blended together so that we can show you what took place. And she is very grateful for the assistance that she got. Without any delay, I am going to hand over to Baron, who will
thank you
for the program.
Thank you very much, honey. You know, I cannot start unless, of course, I also greet my wonderful listeners and my energizer bunnies in the chat, right? And of course, my powerful panelist, right? Melting pot. Now, tonight, people, you know that Mystic Sensation and Melting Pot, right? And of course, Lady Mystic, we have what we call the bill and receipt, right? We have the purchase order, we have the invoice, we have everything. And tonight we are going to unleash, right, as it relates to the high level of corruption in the Jamaica Labour Party. Tonight we are going to sweep house, right, and show you not only one incident, but series of corruption in the Jamaica Labour Party. And as it relates to what Melting Pot and myself always say, that it is a kleptocratic government, and people are now proving that, what myself and other vloggers are saying all along, right? Of course, it is proven, right, to be true, right? More and more evidence. And as what Damian Crawford said, one by one, they will be going to jail. That phrase now seems very much realistic. It's no joke. And before I go any further, I want to say that we are going to discuss Rosie tonight, but we are going to go deeper than that, much deeper than that, right? And trust me, we are going to, get down into the belly of the whale, right, and reveal several other things, right? Unbelievable. But without any delay, right, let me just give Melting Pot, right, the podium to meet and greet. And yes, we have, let me say that before Melting Pot comes in, Brother Rattigan, right, because he has a situation dealing with in terms of court proceedings, right? He will not be here tonight, right? But next week he will be here, right? And so then tonight, what you are going to have and what you are going to see is the full metal jacket as it relates to Melting Pot and myself. Full metal jacket. Pot.
Blessings once again, Sir Lord Byron. Blessing to our technical director, Lady Anne Marie. And most of all, blessing to our guests inside the chat room, the Mystic Sensation family. You don't know, we are here tonight. And tonight will be a very potent night, as it relates to some new developments. And we are going to dissect and analyze as we go along. I want to big up my family, them down in the ground zero as usual. Enough love and respect, Keep the fight and keep the fire burning. Yeah, big up everyone in the chat again. We have some very ardent supporters in the chat like Winifred, Beverly. Yeah, and the name long, but, them two students, they always report to class very early, so I big them up. But big up every blood and fire comrade right round the globe. My people, them like Kingston 13 and 11, enough respect and big up same way. Tonight's the night where we have a lot of things to dissect, so I make it just short and polite. One love to all, comrade. Blessings.
All right. Blessings, my people. Yes. All right. Before we start, right, I want to tell Rosie that, listen, don't worry yourself, right? Because guess what? We are protecting you, right, with the Titan blessing and the Mystic Sensation blessing. So, Rosie, don't worry yourself. We are happy, right, that you are spilling the beans, right? But before we go further, right, we want to send the power of blessings. So, wifey, put it on the turntable before we move into the business, right? And send the blessings for the panel, right, for all the persons in the chat, right? The introduction music. Right? So we have to definitely strengthen up the vibes tonight. So people, as it relates to the strength and blessing and protection that we seek, right? And of course, we are sending out the protection for Rosie as well. Without any delay, sister.
Cover this hit.
All right. Yeah. Blessings, blessings, blessings. And have to shake it off and right, lively it up and you understand and seek right the blessings. Now, my Jamaican people. Now I want to pay my attention to Cliff Hughes. So we have seen that, of course, Rosie spilled the beans, which I mean, it's quite obvious in terms of several things that we are looking on. So Rosie spilling the bean is not really a surprise there. But what you came out to do is to try to intimidate. Yes. So you want to do now damage control. So Donovan Williams link you up, right? And you now take the bait in terms of wanting to, try to seek to get Rosie to come and answer intimidation tactics, right? You are using, right? Threatening her with lawyer. Where that is going, Cliff Hughes. Now, providing that she has the evidence, right? Your intimidation and threat is not going to go anywhere. And Rosie is not stupid. Rosie is a hardened politician, seasoned politician. So what you are doing, Cliff Hughes, let me say from now, right? It's not going to frighten Rosie. It's not going to intimidate Rosie. So my people, listen to what Cliff Hughes is saying, because Cliff Hughes is trying to do now damage control for the Jamaica Labour Party. It cannot be done, right? The cat, the puss already out of the bag, and you can't pull it back, Cliff Hughes, right? And no matter what you do, right, the information is out there and it is only going to get worse, right, where that is concerned, right? So, Cliff Hughes, let us hear from you.
Reporting the row that has erupted in the GLP constituency organization in central Kingston, where one of the sitting councillors of the KSAMC, the GLP's Rosie Hamilton, has made very serious and damaging defamatory allegations against the state minister and member of parliament for the constituency, attorney at law, Donovan Williams. We played for you excerpts of the voice notes, heavily edited, because when you hear them elsewhere, you'll understand why. As a traditional media house where everybody knows where to find us, yeah, we can't play those because we don't know. We can't verify, and Miss Hamilton is refusing to come on air. We invited her here this morning so that we could question her, we could interrogate her, we could probe, and she refused. She said she didn't leak the notes. She was speaking to a private group of labor rights, JLP supervisors in central Kingston, and she doesn't want to say anything publicly. But in the last half an hour, we have received from the Member of Parliament, the State Minister, Donovan Williams, the following letter. Nora has that. Nora?
All right, sir. So this letter to Miss Hamilton says, Dear Miss Hamilton, re-defamatory publication concerning State Minister, the Honorable Donovan Williams, MP. Reference is made to the above captioned matter in which we act on behalf of the Honorable Donovan Williams, Member of Parliament for the Kingston Central Constituency and State Minister, hereinafter referred to as our client. We have been instructed to formally address the false, malicious, and highly defamatory statements made and published by you and or your agents via various social media platforms, to include, but not limited to, WhatsApp and TikTok, which have since been widely circulated and disseminated to members of the public. Your decision to publish these statements concerning our client is deeply troubling and entirely unjustified. The contents of the said video are wholly untrue, and our client categorically rejects each and every assertion made therein. The natural and ordinary meaning of your words is to lower our client in the estimation of right-thinking members of society, expose him to public ridicule and contempt, and to undermine his integrity, credibility, and standing as a public official. The widespread circulation of this content, particularly on a platform such as TikTok, has significantly amplified the harm caused. Your actions have resulted in serious reputational damage, public embarrassment, and ongoing distress to our client. Further, your conduct demonstrates a reckless disregard for the truth in circumstances where no reasonable steps appear to have been taken to verify the accuracy of the statements prior to the publication. Your actions are therefore actionable under the Defamation Act 2013. Acting on our client's instructions, we hereby demand that you, 1, immediately remove any offending videos and voice notes from WhatsApp, TikTok, and any other platform under your control or that of your agents.
Now let me talk to Rosie. Sister Rosie, you will not move such item from social media. Because what you had spoken the truth. And you haven't defamed anyone's character. Because what you have spoken the truth. And let me say to you, Big Mama, that sort of intimidation tactics ploy is not going to go anywhere. Right? And so then, I am going to show you that your Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, spoke of Rosie credibility. Your Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, said that Rosie is honest. Your Andrew Holness, right, had defended Rosie credibility. I am going to show the world that. So while you coming out and try to spoil Rosie character, to say that Rosie is a liar, because basically that's what you're saying, right? As it relates to Donovan claim that Rosie is a liar, there is no truthfulness in what Rosie is saying, right? We beg to differ. We are going to show you first that the Prime Minister see Rosie as someone, right, as a standard bearer, someone who speak the truth and speak it firmly, someone who is transparent. I'm going to have you listen to the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister vouched for Rosie, that Rosie, right, is pretty much frank and honest. Listen to the Prime Minister. Listen to the Prime Minister, Big Mama. Listen to the Prime Minister.
No. If I have any girlfriend in politics. If I have any girlfriend in politics, it's Rosie. Rosie and myself go back a very long way. Very, very long way. And during my challenges and low moments, I always relied on the loyalty and honesty of Rosie. A very frank and straightforward person.
Hold on there. I hope you hear that, Big Mama, that Andrew Holness said he always relied on the honesty and loyalty of Rosie.
If I have
Can we get
a
it back on?
girlfriend in politics.
All right. So let us listen again
If I have
in terms of the Prime Minister vouching for Rosie loyalty and honesty.
no. If I have any girlfriend in politics. If I have any girlfriend in politics, it's Rosie. Rosie and myself go back a very long way, very, very long way. And during my challenges and low moments, I always relied on the loyalty and honesty of Rosie. A very frank and straightforward person.
All right, take it away.
She might get tricky sometimes. She cost me all the time.
We want to show Big Mama and Donovan that the Prime Minister vouch for Rosie truthfulness and loyalty. So then if the Prime Minister vouch for Rosie truthfulness and loyalty, right? How you want to go contrary to that now? So then since the Prime Minister vouch for Rosie truthfulness and loyalty, let us hear what Rosie has to say. Let us put Rosie on the turntable to hear what Rosie has to say. Yes.
As the world turns.
One thing with me, me talk up to people and me try to know people. Me not stay like you. We're running into people and I know people. Me try to know people. So when me have a Judas, me know where to keep the Judas and where the Judas must stay. You don't know your Judas them. Donovan Williams. You don't know your Judas them. Because all the people them where you are talk to, them are talk to me. All of them where you are talk to, them are talk to me. And all the things that you have done in this constituency, Donovan, me know. Me know, worthless Donovan, bitch Donovan, worthless Donovan. Me know your file. Me know your file.
All right.
You understand that? Worthless Donovan, Croft Donovan,
Okay.
me know your file. Mongrel Donovan, me know your file. Donovan, when I come from nowhere. I demand them up a Tower Hill, used to rob the yappies them and feed you and your family. I frighten. You never angle money so in your life. Yeah. And you say all of them vice note, fuck with me and see if me not let them.
Hold on the Rosie. You go a little bit too fast for me, You go a little bit too fast for me and melting pot and the people in the chat and the people who are tuning in. Right? So what you say? Donovan Williams being supported by gunmen, criminals. Okay, hear about that, Rosie. What go on this? We know why you just run over the things, so Rosie. Let me hear you. Okay, hear what you say.
Me know your file. Mongrel Donovan, me know your file. Donovan, when I come from nowhere, I demand them up a Tower Hill, used to rob the yappies them and feed you and your family. I frighten. You never angle money so in your life. Yeah. And you say all of them vice note, fuck with me and see if me not let them go in at the public. Leave me alone, Donovan. You hear me? I want you. Mongrel Donovan, leave me alone. I frighten, You forgot to when you come in at the constituency, you never have no money. A liquor Danny used to lend you money. And you make liquor Danny dead. You, cause the boy lend you money and when you pay him back Christmas, you give the boy $50,000 for share for him and Fidel and Tavar. That's why Tavara and Fidel runway and eat you. And you met Danny liquor Danny runway and gonna foreign. So me know everything liquor Danny tell me before him go away. Say him no want this you. So him a go leave you alone. Cause you was him liar. Listen, Donovan. Why you think me skeptic of you? Because I know your file. The man them what your brother carry from Towel come down here. Election when you were running at the 2020. As you win the night, the man them come back the morning, come tell me, say, oh, go sorry, Donovan in the seat. Donovan feisty, Donovan thief, Donovan mean, and Donovan lie. Yeah.
Thief in Donovan, as according to Rosie. You hear this? Thief in Donovan. All right, go night, Rosie.
Every day the man them call me and say me they tell you, Rosie, so I go sorry, Donovan in the seat because Donovan are wicked. But let me tell you something. Me I get you out here. And me carry you here now. Me never know when you are coming here. Remember, them never tell me when you are coming here. You come in by night. But me wait to the place where me born and grow to take you out. And me go take you back out here. Me go take you back out here because you must lose. If you stay till election, buy your ticket. Enrich yourself. Because of that you do. Enrich yourself and the people.
Well, on the road. That sounds like something in terms of what the Integrity Commission investigators are pursuing against Andrew Holness. Illicit enrichment. But we're not surprised because we know that Donovan Williams run along with Andrew Holness. Some of the things that you are saying, Rosie, right? We have some supported evidence that we are going to back you up on tonight. So what you are saying, Rosie, you are in line and you are speaking the truth, right? And so then we have a lot of things to expose as it relates to majority of these members in the Jamaica Labour Party, where illicit enrichment is concerned, right? Bobby Montague, right? Andrew Holness, right? Nigel Clark, and majority of the whole of them. So what you are saying here is no surprise. Go ahead, Rosie.
And poorer. The people them poor like church loaves in the constituency. Because all the money them were used to come in the seat, where contractors used to come in here and the man them used to get them 200 and them 300 and them this and them that. From you come in here at 2 and 3 people at work on a project and you alone I get the money from the contractor them.
So, more Jamaican people feared that these contractors, right, seems to be providing what we call political kickback, paying politicians under the table so that they can continue to get contract and the revolving door continues as it relates to taxpayers' money, right, being ravished. Talk about things, I'm Rosie.
But Mr. Donovan, leave me alone. Because your file are got in the public. And everything when me attack, me can prove it. Everything. Me say, Lawrence Rowe send me a text. If him can talk to me, he want to talk to me about something. If I didn't know Lawrence Rowe number, I wouldn't even answer it. But it never have no name on it. When I call back the number and ask, who is this? Him say Lawrence Rowe. He want to ask me a question. Lawrence Rowe asks me, tell me, say Chris and Ramon, the list of the Raytown division, people them will forget the $20,000. Him gave Alia 100 paper farms for fill out. And Alia do all kind of things with the farm them and stupidness and him give them to Ramon and Chris and now the people them now gonna get the benefits because it late and the farms them not do. I ask Lawrence Rowe, why you bringing that argument to me? I have nothing to do with the farms. When una do no things, una never tell me nothing. Wanna bring. But guess what? Lawrence Rowe go on like him smart. Him a try to feel me out if me and Alia and Chris and Ramon in a dialogue. So him want to know if on a circle is trustworthy. Your circle, Donovan Williams, not trustworthy.
So people, you have seen that Lawrence Rowe was a Trojan horse in the People's National Party. And rightly so, in terms of the GenSec decision, right? And Marky G decision to get rid of, right, a Trojan horse was a right decision that was made. And even so, that he went on the other side, right, as it relates to his character, his profile, right? They are now distancing themselves from a Trojan horse. They don't trust him, right? He cannot be trusted. Lawrence Rowe, a true Trojan horse. Play it.
Trustworthy because you have Lawrence Rowe and they will walk and talk everything. He might carry news to you and he might carry news to everybody else. So your circle will never private. Never. Because Donovan, me know every single thing where you do, how you do, when you do, where you do. You ask them where you have around you. If me did make them know nothing where me I do anytime at all. Them get duties for execute. Them never get duties. Them never be a part of no decision making because me know me did have a whole heap of boy, girl I deal with. So me know what to say to them and when not to say to them. Leave me alone, Donovan. You hear me, I want you? Leave me alone. Because me know you can't stay in a Central Kingston. You could have, me not even talk about Jesus. The devil on your back, you can't stay in here. And me build Central Kingston, you know. And me build Central Kingston. Ramon in I'm yard when me build Central Kingston. You're going in yard, go tell him and him brother, so come me, go carry her to Rosie, make sure exposing in our politics. And me carry them, go expose them all about in our politics. And I know Ramona undermine me. From 2016, Mrs. Madden down a Grace call me and tell me, say, Chris and Ramon and Sanjay, which is in brother, in the community, a campaign say, me can win the election 2016. Them go down a Grace go tell Mrs. Madden, and Mrs. Madden call me and tell me, Rosie, beware of them. Them a undermine you. So me know a long time, Sir Ramon and Chris and Sanjay did I do it. Mrs. Madden tell me long time and tell me, say, open me your eye. And all me, Chris was more explicit and sure say him a fight. Somebody did avoid Chris, but Ramon gave the impression like Chris is the problem. Chris carry news and Chris got this and talk this and Chris. Every time I talk to him about Chris, him pour down everything upon Chris. The time him did I do it. So now I know that Ramon was a snake and Ramon is the one that do all the things them way I do. I leave Ramon alone. And nothing to no argument with him. I don't want to fuss with him. I just want me and him to go up on the floor. And you are anticipate a selection. Me no in a selection. Me I give him the seat. But me I go run past something else cause PMP have to win the seat. JLP can't win it back.
Hey!
Me and poor. Them not win it back.
Hold on the Rosie. Hold on the Rosie. No, sir. And what Rosie just said, PNP have to win the seat. So then, Rosie, basically, you just put out an olive branch to the PNP. But let me advise the PNP. PNP, hear what happened now. We see Rosie and we see that Rosie have heart and have passion, right? Love and care for the people, wanting to see the people, right, get some benefits. Now, PNP, providing that Rosie put out this olive branch. And with Rosie experience and power, Rosie said she build West Kingston, Central Kingston. Now I am saying, Marky G, if Rosie show a willingness to come forward, nothing wrong in terms of accepting Rosie. To the fact that Rosie is going against corruption.
How long she sat down the night before now?
Right? If Rosie is coming out, speaking against the corruption, highlighting the corruption, right? Yes. When we look, we have a Lawrence Rowe who's a Trojan horse. Leave the PNP and go GLP. That piece of crosses. Right? Now, Rosie, who is now identifying the corruption, calling out the corruption. Right? I am saying that from once Rosie come across and decide to do the people's will, because you know the People's National Party, you know, the People's National Party don't deal with corruption. And let me say something here. Let me say something categorically clear because of persons who might be misinterpreting me. We have no evidence that Rosie is corrupted. We have no evidence. We have evidence that Rosie is calling out corruption. For anyone who have any idea that the People's National Party and the GLP are one of a kind, let Mystic Sensation, Melting Pot, Lonesome, and others tell them that them lick them head. The PNP and the GLP, day and night. Anyone who send that narrative in the ear that the PNP and the GLP, right, are one of a kind. They have not studied the political history. Why Mystic Sensation is saying this? It is from 1954 until we speak. PNP, they try them and I put them in the judiciary. So let me ask the question right here, since Rosie attacked. How much of PNP MP at GLP, right, ever put in the judiciary? Not one. Listen, me now. Not one. We hold the political history around here, you know. Right? We hold the political history around here. And we say democratic socialism, right? Equal opportunity for all. And if we see that sort of, you know, resemblance coming from Rosie, right? And Rosie stretch out the olive branch to the PNP because Rosie want to get rid of a corrupted individual like Donovan Williams as it relates to some of the supported evidence that I'll be showing tonight, you understand, to support Rosie. So then, we are saying, as it relates to the olive branch coming out, for Mystic Sensation,
For Byron.
for Byron,
So I say for Byron. I mean, that's a fair olive branch.
right? The situation is that, look, I don't see, let me say that, right? Anything wrong in terms of Rosie want to come across, right? And come out of corruption.
You're sure she want to come out of the
Right.
corruption, or is because she and him fall out? How much more she hiding for other people? How long she sitting it before she says something? Because the two of them have differences now. She's spilling the beans. It's just, I am getting back at you. Some in a severe olive branch.
Well, there are questions and there are curiosity coming from the mind, right? And a lot of people will say what you are saying, right? That they don't.
So she had dash out in business now.
Well,
That's just it, revenge.
it is what it is, right? We are saying that we haven't seen such evidence. So who am I to accuse, right?
We know the nature of people.
Right? And even although we know the nature of people,
Just sit down under
right?
corruption long time, covering up for them, and because she didn't fall out now, she ready for dash out in business.
Yes.
Can't keep her olive branch.
Even though we know the nature of people, right? We have a thing in law that we call due diligence. Yeah? So when we see certain patterns of evidence, right? We say, okay, evidence being collected, put into the judiciary, right? And the well-learned friend will try that case and pronounce judgment. But here it is, that she's coming out, and she's coming out publicly. So here what happened? If any other persons have any secret for Rosie and want to speak to say that, okay, Rosie is equally corrupt, they can do that. But until we hear that, and until they can prove that Rosie is equally corrupt, well, but so far for me to accuse Rosie, to say that Rosie is corrupt, right, and I don't have the evidence, I don't think it is professional.
We're just saying that
where
she's
that
been
is
covering
concerned.
up for them for a long time.
All right.
And because them have differences now, she's throwing it out.
Okay, so
Somebody is calling.
all right, so let me hear this caller, because we know that tonight is going to be very hot, you know. Yes, my caller, go ahead, Mystic Sensation.
Yes, brother, I was just listening, Sister Anne-Marie there, but what really happened right now,
Yes,
it's just the time has come. The time has come for them to expose each other,
yes,
and because of the corruption in that JLP party from ever since, so she have a better way in her to know, so well, the boy, based on what is going on, she have to come out. She have to come out and tell everybody what is happening, because she's not a corrupt person.
exactly.
She's not a corrupt person, so she come out now to expose it and to stop the criminality in the stealing away from taxpayers, old people, all the money what old people should get, them take it for themselves.
So basically, you are supporting my line of argument.
Yes, because what I'm saying,
All right. Now the phone run hot and all.
They are criminal.
Okay.
So because of they are criminal and she don't like that criminality, have to know how much money go down the drain.
Yes.
And they steal it from the elderly, the senior people them. So because of that, she come out now and expose it, because it's going up too much now. It's going too much.
All right. And
so I'm gonna listen to everything tonight, because I know it's gonna be very hot tonight.
they're going to be very hot. Blessings, my brother. Okay, let me take the next call. Let me take the next call.
Oh, she started it, come out from a name. So the two of them fall out. She said, come out from a name.
Yes, my dear. Yes, go ahead. All right.
Uncle Byron, I think it's we have another name, Uncle Byron.
Blessings.
I was listening to Rosie.
Yes.
Uncle, Brother Mystic.
Yes.
I'm gonna say something.
Yes.
I understand where you're coming from.
Yes.
Because you have a heart of forgiveness right on top of you right there, sir.
Yes.
But in this game, our future depends on those who are in credible position.
Yes.
Rosie is incredible, Brother Byron.
Okay.
One, it took money, backbiting, gossiping, and slandering for her to come out. She's been, as Mama Mystic says, she's been in it for so long. Why now?
Yes.
The other part about it, we don't hear about the other people's side defending their positions. But if you think about the names that she has mentioned in there, like those men names that are there, those men that are there that she talk about, she's been, remember that 50,000 to them?
Yes.
And all that information. This is a Trojan horse, big time. And when she mentioned Lawrence Rowe, is enough for me to say, Rosie, deal with no GLP, passa corruption and stay in a phone lane. Don't come over in a phone lane over here. So we don't want them the kind of taint and them kind of air come over into our lane over here, the PNP lane. Because you know what? We strive very long to reach this stage and phase of where we are now in this game. Uncle Byron,
yes, my sister,
and Mama and Mystic, every piece that is moved on that chessboard is a new game. This is a new game. We have another local election coming up round the corner, and this is a councillor. And this is a councillor who know everything. Now you know how councillor work.
Oh, yes.
And these people, them what she talk about could be PD captain and those local grassroots people where run up and down, as she said, cock mouth, kill cock a fear mouth to them. Uncle Baron, I know you meant well, but I think you need to remove yourself from that. You listen and we hear what them say, but we don't want that Trojan ass over yourself.
All right.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sister. You. All right. And one of the things as it relates to this panel, we are not autocratic in our discussion. We are democratic. So my wife opposing me is healthy, people. It's healthy. All right. Yes, caller, Mystic Sensation, you're on the line.
Yeah, man, Bowler here, boy.
Yes, Bowler.
Big up Melting Pot, big up the whole family, big up Miss Anne-Marie. You have to agree with your wife, you know.
Yeah, I mean, look,
I have to agree with your wife.
Bowler, it's a democratic process, right?
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Nobody can stop her from doing what she says she wants to do in terms of putting in the hands of the PNP.
Yes.
She said the party I go lean for she I go bring her in. We don't really know about that something because you see the allegation them what she talk about are some dangerous allegation, you know.
Very serious.
Legal business them there, you know. You understand what I say?
Yes.
So you know some mortgage hands up clean. We can't be a part of that.
All right.
No, they're not at all, brother. Big up yourself, big up Mystic, big up Melting Pot again and the whole team.
All right. Blessings, Bolo. Any more comment? All right. Well, listen, as it relates to the Democratic, Sister Winnie calling. Hi, Sister Winnie, bless up yourself. Sister Winnie, you're on Mystic Sensation.
Good night, Mrs. Sensation and Melting Pot.
Bless you.
Sorry, I don't want Rosie over the PNP.
All right.
No.
Okay.
Let she stay where she is. Let she talk what she got to talk and bring the evidence. They gave her 48 hours. And if she don't do it in 48 hours, she cannot talk again because they're going to take her to court and she will not be able to talk. So she got to talk now. Okay?
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
All right.
God bless
Blessings, Sister Winnie. Well, I mean, as it relates to wifey position on the situation. I think that, right, and it makes sense in terms of, yes, wifey, speak.
From what I deduce from this is all of this is coming from an infighting that developed between them.
Yes.
Because if you listen to what she said at the beginning, she said, come off from a name.
Yes.
So it's an infighting that is going on with them. So this is like a retribution that she's carrying out, right? So none of this is sincere. You hurt me, so I am just going to dash out your business.
So it's like hell has no fury, like a woman's scorn.
So this is what is happening here. There's no sincerity in it in terms of wanting to speak up about the corruption for the people.
Okay.
It's just about, I'm getting back at you because of what you're doing to me. That's what I am getting from this. So if you say olive branch there, I don't say olive branch. I say a whole thorn bush.
Okay.
That is being put out. It's a whole big tree, thorn tree that is there, not a olive branch.
Because the history of the Jamaica Labour Party is rotten with corruption. So I understand where you are going with that, right? So let me just run
up on the floor. And you anticipate a selection. Me no in a selection. Me I give him the seat. But me I go run past something else cause PMP have to win the seat. JLP can't win it back. Me I make sure them not win it back. That's all me have to do. So me in an argument with you. When Ramon tell me that you told him that you gave me money, and I said to Ramon, Ramon, Donovan never give me any money. Donovan don't give me money. Donovan give me project.
Yes, Carl, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Go ahead. Hello.
Everything what she has said right. Everything what she has said right. What your wife has said. Everything.
Okay. Yeah. You know, Carla, in terms of the way how she put it, right? She put it in a positive light, right? And
positive light, man.
Yeah.
Everything what she says sensation, she's right.
Yes, she put it in a positive. I am someone, if I have a perception, right, and someone, because we are reason rational, right? And someone I say, because sometimes you can't argue now with on the wrong side, don't my brother? Right? So if someone exactly, so if someone reason with me like my wife, because I listen to my wife, right? She's one of the best person that deals with guidance. So what she's saying, she has a solid point, right? And when you look on all of that, right, in terms of she's saying that, okay, I don't see an olive branch there, right? I see retribution, and I see that, okay, she's venting because she's hurt, but she also spoke of something that if she wasn't a corrupted person, all of what she knew then, she would have revealed it from then.
From then, not now, because she's hurt.
And that's a solid point.
You know more she do no sensation.
Yes.
More she can't go court then. Like when I tell her for this is. Can't go court then. I see, because if she can't go court, we're gonna get more evidence.
Yes.
So if she can't go court, then we know say she's take a stand.
Yeah.
So when I'm going to court, because them they do the same thing with the name there, the next one done, and when the Prime Minister call him, is a different kettle of fish. So when she get a call, we're gonna hear what she have to say. She'll say, yo, me gonna go to court with him.
Okay.
When they go to court, then we will talk again.
Yes. Yes.
If them not go court, I knock off. If them not go court, it the original, it knock off. Okay?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Blessings. Blessings, my brother. Blessings. Love it. But I love tonight chatting. So can you imagine when melting pot touch the surface? Right? Carla, come in. All right. Yes, Mystic Sensation. Go ahead. All right. Blessings.
Melting pot. Things hot, boy.
I tell you.
Fire. wait, listen this.
Yes.
AI called on one of those programs and was saying to her, take off the green shirt and put on the red. But after really thinking about it, and as Miss Anne saying, make them stay over this with all with them are going with. Make them trash it out over there. So we don't want to get in it. Yes, we ears are here and we'll listen.
Yes.
And we know she really talking the truth.
Yeah.
She put her character online like that to come out to be saying that somewhere happen. So make them stay there with us listen and go on. But one thing what I want her to do. Talk out some more we should know about the boss with the Alvas. With where Andrew one with fly green with the fertilizer.
Yes.
Everything.
Yes.
And with who again? Tough tan and all that you know, cause a peer mess over there. So
all right.
I like her, be honest, don't go down in the drain with them and speak the truth. For her character, and she's not to back down. She must stand up and put the fight in. The corruption must end.
Yes.
And this I must say and get off.
All right.
Listen what she say keenly. She says PNP have to win back the seat.
I heard that.
When me see from that when me gather, she knows and we knew it long ago that seat was stolen.
Yes.
Listen again, she said PNP. I forget back the seat.
Yes.
She know that it was stolen. You see, a video they come out when they count over, I say, it's a mistake.
Yes.
And if you see the people, them would them roll upon the ground and them flick and them turn over and them lick pat and them carry on. When they realize it count over and Williams get the seat. So if that seat is stolen, she wouldn't say it like that. PNP, I forget back the seat. It was stolen and we knew it long time.
Yes.
That me have to say.
Well said.
All right?
Well said. All right. So one of the things that I reconsider, right, in terms of my previous stance, right, to the fact that my wife said that if this was something that, right, she was an honest person, right, from long time, she would have come out, right, and spoke from day one. But having to, you know, sit with it, right, for years, and as a result of, you know, that differences between she and Donovan, she's coming out now, right, that is a real, right, solid point, right, in terms of my wife, right, bringing that forward. And, you know, I tend to want to know, might be take back that, right, in agreement with wifey. So wifey, we know now. All right, we can move forward.
Him expect me to take the money, but the people was always paramount. When I tell Donovan how much money I give the people them all the time, him tell me, when me I give you so much money for, me forgive $6,000, me give $7,000. I always tell Donovan that can't help nobody. I always tell him, say, Donovan, that cannot help nobody. The people them never used to that from me. Them used to it from you, them never used to it from me. The other day, in a Christmas, I gave you a budget. Not this Christmas, last year Christmas. I gave you a budget for the Christmas work. No, it never have on anything for the old people them and this and that, apart from the treat when we did keep. And I knew that there were some people in need. Somebody did forget $50,000 each. Ramon did forget 50,000. Chris did forget 50,000 and Yoya was forget 50,000. Everybody else get their money apart from those 3 persons. Because I shared that money and give the old people them to give out. The people them some $5,000. What was that money for? You told Ramon that I gave you a list with Ramon's name on it, that Ramon was to get money. Ramon asked me 1 time, I did not answer him. Him asked me 2 times, I did not answer him. The 3rd time, him bring it up to me that you told him that I had his name on a paper to get $50,000. I told him yes. I said, Ramon, did you tell Donovan that you got the money? No. I said, January when the gully did a clean in a Raytown. I told Yo-Yo, because I go foreign and leave the money. I told Yo-Yo, give Ramon $50,000, give Chris $50,000, and you take your $50,000. And me make him pay out the rest of money. I asked Ramon the question if him they tell you, say him they get the money. And him say no. Ramon got him Christmas money the January. Ask Liad Ramon. Ask Carrie News. And Carrie got bring come Ramon. Ask him if him never get the $50,000 afterwards. So when you and him a conspire and you are him a tell you say him never get no money Christmas, and you are tell him say me give a list. Yes, I gave you the list with Ramon name on it. But I diverted the money, Yo-Yo, Chris and Ramon money to the poor, the old people them in the era when need it. But January Ramon got back the money. And I told you, Donovan, that I gave Ramon, and you asked me why me give him $50,000. Remember when I told you that me ever give them it? You asked me why me ever give Ramon $50,000. Liad Carry News, Donovan, thief in Donovan. You hear me? I want you to stop calling me name. I'm going to open up your files in the public. Watch me. The package, the money where you get for the packages. Where you sign up all kind of things and you give Ramon them for sign. And Ramon come back and tell me, say, nothing where you put on the paper is true, is lie. Remember, now me, you did I get them for sign, and Ramon, you did I get them for sign. So all the things them when me know about your false documents them, and Ramon tell me. You hear me? I tell you stuff, leave my name alone. You see, all I do, I'm not pay on mind. When I don't talk the things them. Morning. When Ramon tell me about you thief in Donovan, I'm not talk to you about it in the public. In the public, me I go with it. In the public. Because you think that you swear to things that your business private. Right? But let me tell you something. You're going to know when the time comes. Just continue. Just continue. You want a peaceful transition? Take the peaceful transition and do what you do, because you can't stay in a Central Kingston. Me, I go campaign make you lose. So you have to get rid of you. Me, I have to get rid of. Me not ask you that. Oh, leave me alone. I realize that you is lie and Ramon is lie. I am so disappointed in Ramon. Not because him have a political ambition, because nothing is wrong with that. But Ramon been telling lies all the time. The amount of things where Ramon tell me about you, Donovan, where you a thief the people, them, the taxpayers' money, and a give him for sign, and Ramon.
Jamaica. Now, we all heard that in terms of what Rosie saying, that Donovan Williams has been stealing taxpayers' money. Right? Now, when you look on that, that is extremely serious as it relates to that allegation. But Jamaica, what I want you to consider, Rosie would have known that Donovan is a liar and know that, you know, speaking these allegations against a liar, she would have, I would presume, have solid evidence. Solid evidence. So when you look in terms of what being presenting right in front of us, you will realize that the level of confidence in which she speaks knowing to the fact that she knew that Donovan Williams is a liar, and know that if she's careless in her accusation, right, then, of course, legal issues as it relates to defamation of character, right, can definitely, right, slapped where that is concerned. So she would have considered all these factors. And, of course, she has not hesitated in terms of saying and calling out Donovan that Donovan stealing taxpayers' money. And she is in the circle as it relates to, of course, she would have known as a seasoned counselor where money passing through her hands, passing through Donovan's hands, and what she witnessed and can give, right, that sort of evidence or what she can witness to.
And what she has done, because she just said
right,
money paying out to $50,000 to this one.
But if you look,
to that. For what? That's taxpayers' money being shared up. So she's just as guilty.
Yes, because based on what is happening there,
she's just as guilty.
Right, where
talk on herself too.
The taxpayers' money is being shared up, because if you have 50,000 to give A and 50,000 to give B and 50,000 to give C, the question that I'm asking, what did A and B, what A, B, and C done, right, to be getting that money? What A, B, and C done to be getting that money from taxpayers? Right, so right there, she's admitting to corruption.
Yep.
She herself is admitting that, you know.
Yep.
I wonder if she realized that.
I'm tell her, olive branch is a big thorn.
Yeah, based on what we are, based on what coming out now, right? In terms of the sharing up of the 50,000 to A, 50,000 to B, and 50,000 to C.
And that is
right,
one occasion that she's talking about, and they've been at it for a long time.
For a long time.
Imagine the amount of money, taxpayers' money, that have been wasted in that way. People getting money for nothing at all.
But again, information like this in the public, isn't this something now that the Auditor General is going to pursue?
Well, let's see, because a lot of things are being pursued, and at the end of the day, nothing is done, because we need the people to get up off of them ass and say enough is enough. Because
we have a criminal justice system that doesn't seem to be working, right? And I know that the DPP now might be in earshot of this allegation.
All this should
cause
public outcry. The people should have been out there already.
Yeah, what Mocha is doing as it relates to this information in the here, right? Mocha should have now been speaking to Rosie. So I wonder if Mocha is hearing this, because Mocha now should be speaking to Rosie
launch an investigation
based on this allegation, right? And launch an investigation. So this is very serious, you know, very serious allegation in terms of, right, you are paying out taxpayers' monies, right, to people, right? We want to know from Rosie, why were they being paid? 50,000, that person to get 50,000, A to get 50,000, B to get 50,000.
But
right?
Other people getting 5,000, the regular
yes.
commoners getting 5,000 for what?
So why were they paid? That is what we want to know on Mystic Sensation. Why were they being paid? Right? So this is and goes back to even what you said right earlier, that you understand. I mean, knowing to the fact that she's admitting this, she's admitting to personally involved in the corruption as it relates to herself, participating in the corruption, because if she's paying out money, right, to these people, right, and they have not done anything legitimate, right, as it relates to, you know, true sense of working for that money, and they are just paying out money, right? That is a criminal act that she's admitting.
Money. Can you imagine?
Right? So let us hear some more. Let us hear some more. Because this is very serious now. Extremely serious. So let us hear it.
Talk, say it's pure lie upon the things them. I never know say you argue Ramon things, the amount of things where Ramon tell me about you. And let me tell you something. Me nah say nothing. Me a wait upon the time because everything I go come out in the public. Everything I go come out in the public. Thief in Donovan. Remember me know everything where you thief and how you get it. You are
okay. So dear she confirm that Donovan member say me know how you thief and how you get it. That, right? So then, for Donovan to want to pursue, right, a lawyer in terms of, right, going to Big Mama and Big Mama putting that out, we don't execute Section 53, subsection 3. That seems to be a Muslim clause, right, that they are utilizing. They don't want her to speak up anymore, right, and want to quiet the situation. But what she just said, she said, me know how you thief it. And me have the evidence of how you stole the money. This is very serious, money. She said, I know how you stole it. But this goes back to what you said, that she don't need to come over the PNP. Because in her saying that, she had acknowledged that pilfering of the treasury has been done. Then why did she not speak up if she was genuine, right, that she was going to defend, right, the goodwill, right? So the more we break down this, right, we have seen that, right, obviously, yes.
What she's doing
stay over
GLP because it's her gutty moment for Donovan.
Yes.
Back at Donovan for whatever is happening between them.
Stay over GLP, right? We really don't want her over the PNP for you. You understand, people? You understand? Yes, we really don't want her over the PNP. Based on the evidence that is rolling out, because she acknowledged these things. She's in awareness of these things, right? And she had not spoken out seriously against the corruption, right? She maintained it until now. So that is a problem. So let us play out this, because we want Melting Pot to come in and give theme peace.
the audacity for ask me the other day if you did get money. When you get the money, they contract them up the road for fix up a Wildman Street, Sutton Street, and in a Alman Town. When you tell me if you get the contractor and me get the contractor, Donovan, you forgot, so when me give you the contractor number and you and the man talk, after you and the man talk, the man come back to me and said to me, Mr. Rosie, you have to ask the MP how much money he want out of the money.
Boy! Now, do you hear that? Do you hear that? The contractor went to Rosie, right, and told Rosie, right, to tell the MP how much he want out of the money. That is very serious. Now, what she said, she can't pull this back. Mocha, hearing this, Mocha supposed to investigate this. Right? Mocha, what are you doing, Mocha? Have you heard this, Mocha? Mocha, let me pull it back. May I pull it back a bit? Me know, say, may I pull it back a bit, Mocha. I want you to listen. You understand what she said here? What she said here is very, very, very serious. Because this is a culture within the Jamaica Labour Party. Based on what the Auditor General said, over $3 trillion unaccounted for. So it goes to show you as it relates to how the money being missing, right? As it relates to project run over budget, right? And where contractors getting political kickback, both the contractor and the politician. You understand? The contractor charge a big food, right? And the contractor peel off some. This is what Rosie are talking about, you know. Now, this is very serious, Jamaican people. Let me catch you back a little. This is very serious. Very serious.
Street and in a Alman town. When you tell me to get the contractor and me get the contractor, Donovan, you forgot, so when me give you the contractor number and you and the man talk, after you and the man talk, the man come back to me and say to me, Mr. Rosie, you have to ask the MP how much money him want out of the money. Me say, I saw it go? Him say, yes, I saw it go. And when I came to you and asked you how much money you want out of it, you tell me $1.5 million. And I tell you, you're not getting it.
What the backside is? Huh? I don't know what was the total cost of that particular work that you're talking about. But Donovan Williams said he wanted $1.5 million. Jamaica. You see how the MP them eat food through the councillor and through the contractor, right? So then contract being given to these people ending up overcharged, right, for the work, right? The contract, the MP, the permanent secretary sign off. Hey, I will put kind of around this, you know, because the permanent secretary, right, has to sign off on them on these things, you know.
Depends on how much the job costs.
Depending on how much the job costs.
Because she asked her to go directly and get the contract. So that means it was not something for the permanent secretary to sign off on.
Yes.
So it was within their
under the radar. Under the radar.
Gotten that done.
Under the radar. But then if him want $1.5 million, right? Based on the rule, how much was the contract? Because if the contract over $5 million, it need a permanent secretary.
So maybe it was under that, because he said Rosie should go
so,
get the contract.
So then, what are they on it? So this is where I'm going. If it is under that, under $5 million, right? So $4 million then. The MP want $1.5 million not to do anything.
Because in Nigeria, president and then gluttonous. Can we continue?
Hey, Jamaica, I want to understand the corruption with the one, sir. This is extremely serious, you know. Let us hear it.
You forgot me tell you and I get it. And I did the first money paid was $1 million paid. And I tell Yo-Yo to give you $300,000 out of it. And I gave the people them who forget money in a spoilers and gave Andre the money for share up at Alman Town. The next time we get the money, the $500,000.
I wonder if Rosie, hold on there, honey, because we soon bring in melting pot. I wonder if Rosie realized that what she's
implicating herself.
What she's speaking about, she's implicating herself. She don't realize that? Rosie.
She's not thinking because she's upset because right now she's getting back at Donovan and that's all she's thinking about and not thinking about really what she's saying, that it can come back and slap her. Well, it's going to slap her in the face.
Yeah, well, she's also implicating herself. She's also implicating herself. She doesn't realize that she's implicating herself. No, this is serious, Jamaica. Let us hear it.
You were supposed to get $200,000 and me get $300,000.
Well, on there.
Ask you for some money.
See there now. See there. Game over.
But
you supposed to get 200,000, and me supposed to get 300,000. Mystic Sensation is here. Why are you supposed to get 200,000? What sort of work that you have done, Rosie?
She went and got the contractor.
And why the other person get 300,000? No, this is very serious, you know. Our prison work, this, you know. Yes, Mystic Sensation, you're on the line, my brother.
Yes, Bolo here. When I know not the factor, this conversation is what Nationwide said.
Yes.
And this, we don't know this true or not. So them call the lady and talk to her.
Yes.
And she never put out anything out there. So this voice note that to follow NNN, somebody in the group sent out the voice note, not her.
That's
so
what
the conversation, the context of what she has talking at the voice note.
Yes.
She talk amongst themselves.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
She was threatening to expose it. And I tell him to leave her alone.
Yes.
Her alone.
Yes.
So you have to factor that in the context of the conversation.
Yes.
According to NNN, she never put out nothing.
So somebody
yes.
else put it out.
To make it look funny from a totally different aspect, isn't it?
Yeah, and you're perfectly right, Bolo, as it relates to the fact that she did not intend to put it out. And then Bolo, let us speak. If she did not intend to put it out, right? That means she totally in line with what was going on. Exactly. That is what we are saying, Bolo. Right? That is what we are saying. Right? Blessings. Right? Again, as it relates to, Bolo, and you see, this is when it comes to intelligence, and we are reasoning rationally, right? I think I had spoken a little bit too early in terms of what I said. My people, I apologize. Based on what is coming out now, right? I indeed agreed with my wife, right? Based on what we are hearing now and going through, right? This tape and breaking it down, right? And so then she's part and parcel of the corruption, because she's also admitting
that she's benefiting,
that she partake of the money as well, right? And she totally convicted herself, right?
Them have a mole in them.
She totally
Hello,
convicted.
mole, thank you very much.
She totally convicted herself. This is very serious. This is absolutely very serious.
Thank you very much, mole. You dash out the bath water with the baby.
Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus! Let us play.
Material, and you tell me, say, Rosie, when you get the money, take the $200,000. You forgot that? Listen, Donovan. You can't tell a lie for me, because I say, me, I go in a social media. You walk and you tell the MP them how much money you give me. Which part you ever give me money, Donovan? Yes, you expect me to take the money. When you gave work projects, you expect me to take the money. Donovan, me never take the money. Stop tell lie for me. Me not talk to you again, You notice me stop talk? Me stop talk and me act. Don't make me leg on my mouth in a social media pan your teeth in Donovan, Don't make me leg on my mouth pan you. Donovan Williams, I want you stop walk with my name. You go in at the party and you've been telling the party you give me money, and the money me I war ready for. Donovan Williams, me I tell you, me I try to keep your disgrace out of the public domain. Because Donovan, a whole heap of things me I go in at the media go talk, You hear how long me I want you tell you if you leave me alone. You're not gonna like it, Because you go in at the ministry, go take out the ministry packages them and have them a give rummy arm money.
Well, you hear that? Donovan Williams went into the ministries, took out the ministry packages them, and giving rummy in. Want to hear them something? Mocha. I want to know as it relates to the Commissioner of Police, because the Commissioner of Police, right, has that, as a matter of fact, Jamaica Constabulary Force, based on the Constitution, has the power, right, to initiate an investigation. And based on what she's saying here, it's obvious that the police, right, the Commissioner of Police, right,
politically aligned, so I'm not going to do anything.
He's politically aligned.
They're not going to do anything.
Wow. The criminal justice system, honey? Mighty God. Wow.
And have them give Ramon for go around, go issue to delegates and supervisors. And me ask Ramon the question, if him know who him a give them to. And him said, no, I'm tell him, said Donovan is trying to have a selection. And I am not having no selection with Ramon. I am going to run on a ticket. And listen, I am not telling you again to stop walk with my name. Several MPs call me and tell me that Donovan tell them that him been giving me money. And Christmas, him give me how much money? Donovan Williams, I wasn't in Jamaica in Christmas. You gave $4 million worth of Christmas work that could not give out the work. I had to put money on it. You gave me no money. Every time you are having a program in the area, a project in the area, I gave you the program for the Christmas money and it always exceeded. It's me put money on it. Donovan, you have never given me no money. Stop tell lie for me, Donovan Williams. And you a walker tell people about me tell Ramon, say me a step down and give him seat. And then me come back and tell him, say, for wait for 6 years. And Ramon tell me, say, him can't wait for 6 years because I'm not going to politics till him old. Let me tell you something. Everything I go in at the media, I know. Donovan, member say, you sell out the people in place in a central Kingston to the MP them and tear them down and make the people them homeless them and scatter the vote them in the Raytown division.
What the book said? What is this? Hold on there. So this goes to election fraud. This goes to... These are some serious, very serious allegation. Very serious allegation. And I hope Marky G, the Gen Second people who are listening, right, hearing this, you know. Let us hear some more.
Donovan Williams, you want a confrontation. And trust me, I go give you the confrontation. Me I wait on the right time. Because you know, you are go around and me I go around. Me they are foreign and me a campaign just like you. Me no want nobody for campaign for me, you know. Me have a name where me can campaign pan. And me
all right. Take that away, honey. Right? Let us turn to our panel. Right? Now, this is extremely serious here, Melting Pot, because not only that she's accusing, right, Donovan Williams, right, and she, you know, she would have known that Donovan Williams is a liar, right, and know that, okay, if she accused Donovan Williams wrongfully, then of course that is going to be a significant litigation case against her. But anyway, she come out big and bold, right? And she had done what she had done, right? But this goes to election fraud and everything, corruption in the highest order. Now, Melting Pot, take us through your observation where this is concerned.
My observation is that time come. Time come for a lot of things revealed. Things that was kept, you know, a secret. It has to be revealed. And I mean, you have to look up on the whole demographic, a Central Kingston. Rosie is a stalwart out here, so and Rosie build the political, you know, base.
Landscape.
As a counselor. Yeah, she galvanized and mobilized and organized. And if you listen back, the inception of the tape from the beginning, Donovan Williams, yeah, come from up in a Waterhouse, in a Yapsam, them era. Yeah, what them call the Yapis them. Yeah, and come get out there so. And you hear Rosie say they were being warned about him, say I come mash up out there. Now what really caused Rosie to come out, you know, if you listen back good, you know. the guy Lawrence Rowe claimed to put in some people for the $20,000. And then people not get nothing of that, get Rosie angry. Yeah? That get Rosie angry. Because some people are thief the money, yeah, in a way that, you know, it now reach who it's intended for, this 20,000. So that cause Rosie now becomes irritated over Donovan Williams, knowing fully well, say, as the member of parliament is not running the era as well it's supposed to be run. It a run under friend and company, and you hear certain names keep mentioning Romain and Chris and Donovan and said guy Lauren Rowe. You understand? Now, when you have, I mean, you talk about the same thing today. The way Jamaican politicians them get involved with contract work and contractors, that is where the whole heap of skullduggery take place. Because remember, you know, the contract them now go around the table, you know, pretend that, you know. Contract them a give out directly and emergency and all of them foolish way there. Yeah? And this is where now the cronyism and the nepotism come into play. Yeah? Because you hear Rosie say she go look the contractor. Yeah? For whatever project up a Wildman Street and them place there up a Alman Town. And, you know, and a sort thing supposed to run. When you have it a run like that, money have a waste. Now, me like the fact that Rosie come out and I state the obvious. Yeah? And I know it going to carry mixed mood and mixed views and stuff like that. But somebody that have to come tell me where I go on, you know. Rosie can run for an independent ticket. Yeah? And Rosie can put herself forward to the People's National Party, but it's up to the People's National Party if they go welcome her. But she can't have her perception because she's telling them that she's moving away. Because she wants
Pat, let me ask you a question. Do you as it relates to your your say, right? Would it be okay for you in terms of she, right? The PNP accepted her?
Not in this instant.
Okay.
Have to serve time. Nobody can move political aisles, you know. But when I do it instantaneously, yeah?
Yeah.
Have to serve your time and you have to prove your worth. Yeah?
Okay.
Because if you can't contribute, then we don't have no problem with that, but she have to over a period of time and prove her worth. So she can't run independent. Yeah, and that will still give the People's National Party the upper hand because yes, she said she want to get him out of Central Kingston.
Yes.
She label him as a criminal, you know. She label him as a thief. She label him as somebody who is not fit and proper to be the member of parliament. You understand? And we welcome such motion coming from somebody who is connected to the individual and know the in and out day to day running or how them run them thing. We wouldn't know this if she not come out. So this is news to the People's National Party hierarchy. This is news to the other affiliate them like the DPP and Mocha, but them now act. Remember Andrew control them there, you know. So we have to hear from Rosie. And we welcome Rosie, I said, because Rosie say a lot of things. Yeah? Where we never know about, we never privy to. But we did have we did assume. Because we know them steal the election out there. Rosie, I tell you tonight, so them steal it. And we know why them did steal it, why Andrew have to steal it for him. Because this individual control a whole heap of business for Andrew Wellness, you know. In terms of him responsible for a lot of shares that Andrew can claim. So Andrew have to make Donovan Williams win out there, so and a fictitious method, yeah, stating that them find ballot paper in an envelope. I know ballot paper go in a ballot box. And if it's in an envelope, it's null and void. You understand? So we know the whole of that. I remember, you know, I don't know what I go on, you know. Because you see all of them little light shaded youth where you see come in a politics, Them come for trample over the black skin color people, you know. Them is not for the black skin color people. This guy, if I look at him, you know, I'm a criminal. That's why I'm doing a lot of criminal activity for the Prime Minister. Film thing no secret. But we not have it like how Rosie have it. Rosie have the whole life. Rosie know from A to Z. You know how them operate. And Rosie want to expose him. And Rosie adhere him. You understand? Yeah? So him now have to come out. Yeah? And come state the obvious. Because Rosie lay down the gauntlet, you know. And we hear the voice note, whether she leak it or not. Well, Bolo said it was said in our group and somebody leak it to Big Mama. Yeah, but we like when time have them type of passa in a them cabinet. You understand? It shows a whole heap of dirty plate and cup and cobweb full up the cabinet. And it was clean and that we there a long time I talk about. Because you can't have an administration with $3 trillion gone missing. Yeah? And we know how it go missing. We know how corruption it are missing too. And under. Yeah? But when you hear people like Flavor William Mummy return, she said no missing, it's just that it's not been this and that. But we know also them a thief the money. You hear the guy say he want 1.5 million without even do anything that must come to him out of the money for the contract. And that me and you talk today, no Byron. When you have government contract, yeah? This is why it don't get done on time and this is why it go over budget. Because the MP want film cut and him not do nothing. He's been already paid by taxpayers. But then them have to dibble and dabble in a project fund. Yeah? And then when it water down now, it go to people who cannot do the job, who are not qualified. You think just take shovel and mix up sand and cement and you have to know how much portion of each component you use. And you have to know how much yard that can spread. It not to go over that, it have a week. So when you have substandard contractor now come in with substandard workman, with substandard amount of material, because of the substandard money, because the MP draw down 1.5 or 2 million. This is how we are get short change. Yeah? And she tell us say a several project him run like that. So him need to leave Central Kingston. That's why down a Raytown and Fleet Street and all them places look so. Tower Street, Harbour Street, that's why it looks so it can't look no better. Because the MP been stealing the money. Gully work, substandard. Yeah, sidewalk work, substandard. Anything them a do it substandard. Because remember, you know, the member of parliament been paid already a salary, you know. So him not supposed to have to do nothing with the money that is put aside for project within the constituency. But here is this man saying 1.5 and Rosie say no, she gave him 300,000. She still shouldn't give him none. But she did put a barrier against him and him 1.5. No, Donovan Williams supposed to be investigated, you know. And if found in breach, you know, him supposed to be in prison. Because we know them get them salary different. And him not supposed to take nothing from no constituency program because him a member of parliament. Yeah, him supposed to leave that alone. But this is how and just set the thing. And just set the thing that everybody come in and eat a food. Him brother do the same thing, Feda. Feda mash up KSMAC. I see him that run it. Yeah. And everybody in the Jamaica Labour Party, this is how them set out them, you know, endeavor him to become wealthy. By taking money from contract, taking money from program, and, you know, demanding it as if it's a given that they must get it. So me like when Rosie come out and say, no, this damaging to the Jamaica Labour Party. I'm want to hear from the leader of the party. If him have any balls, he need to come out and come address this. Yeah? And when Big Mama come out and want to muzzle Rosie, Big Mama not have that capability. Big Mama a shit. You understand? Big Mama can't muzzle Rosie. We want Rosie to talk up the things and talk more, right? Because we want to know what is going on in the in-depth of the Jamaica Labour Party as it relates to taxpayers' money, as it relates to program that's supposed to get done and not been done. We want to know. So Rosie come talk up the things. Yeah, Melting Pot, support your voice right now. Me no support you jumping fence and come over the PMP anyhow. You'd have to do a grace period of even 3-4 years before we accept you. And we have to say, yeah, move right. You have to cool off that steam, because we don't know if it's steam, you blow off and make them sound, yeah. But we are, if you want to go independent, you can go independent, yeah?
Nothing more.
And we know say you have West Kingston, Central Kingston, that way there. Because you're an era woman, you know, and you can't mobilize the thing, yeah? You can't swing the vote. So swing the vote. We don't have no problem with that. Swing the vote. You want to get him out, because him not serve the purpose, they say, you know. Him just come down full him craw. Yeah? And you realize that, Rosie, and you know say it wrong. Because we hurt you. Several people did not get the 20,000 from the $20,000 program with them have. Yeah? And that rise Rosie temperature, you know. Yeah? Because them guys take too much money. And then when the money not they know them say all type of thing, the people them name never go up on the list and all. And it get Rosie mad, them name pick up on the list. You understand? But when you have criminal operate, you know, you think say him I will come, you know, have the feeling for the people them. Rosie more have the feeling for them because Rosie born and grew amongst them. Him come from over water outside. Yeah? And come there so. I'm come to rob the place. Just look on Central Kingston, no man. Just look out there, look, no man. And look how long them have it. Them not do the money. Them allocate the money, you know. And what them do with the money? Them rob the money and put it in substandard work. You go to Fleet Street and all them places. Them run down. Harbour Street run down. Tower Street run down. Maiden Lane, them all of them places run down. You understand? Over on the other side, over Central, dilapidated. You know so much sewage water that run the Central Kingston. Eh? We literally see everything a come up, toilet, tissue and fees a come up in the road. Yeah? The only thing you see him go down the go do is paint the sidewalk them green. That piece of shit. So Rosie, we want you use the jackhammer and jack him out of Central Kingston. Because everybody know him not supposed to be there, you know. We Rosie highlight to the people them, they prove it already. People them vote against him with you. I rob them off a rabbit. People them not in a him. Because the people them realize what him a do. Yeah? I know say him not care for the constituency. Him don't. Just look on the road how the shit water run in a Central Kingston. Everywhere. And him never do nothing about it. You understand? Because them guy there, you know, you think me can be a member of parliament? Yeah, in the capital. At the island. Because Kingston are the capital, you know. And my constituency run down and broke down and look so. And always carry a stigma type of murder. High murder rate. Criminal activity. Now me have to do something better. Me have to rise the people. So Rosie want the people to elevate. Yeah, but him want to give them handout and him want to select who to get the handout. And I like him even not distribute it on a fair and balanced basis. Selective people him a get handout. Rosie feels that tiny people them and the constituents get elevated. And she talk about it. And we welcome that. So we are set to the crime minister Andrew Holness. What you have to say about this? Me never want to mention more of them. Because more of them are a friend and company organization, you know. Them align themselves to the Jamaica Labour Party. I'm not afraid to tell Mocha that. Yeah? So Mocha will not proceed along the line of investigation. Real investigation based on information. No, them have to get harder. More of them take order from the crime minister Andrew Holness. Yeah. So be glad when Rosie come out now and highlight this. Yeah. It's out there now. People are here. And I'm not just this alone, you know. Several Jamaica Labour Party MP I saw them operate. Sniffy Bernal Charles Jr. I saw him operate. You know, see Chinaman can't think the stuff in him place. And I know the people them not get that, you know. Cause if you go in place it full up same way, you know. Or them use it for political campaign. You understand? Rather than deal with it on a Jamaican basis where you know so everybody involved in a crisis, you make them get it. Now partisan thing them there. So I saw the Jamaica Labour Party them operate, you know, member of parliament them operate. Yeah, right across the board, I saw all of them deal with it. Andrew Holness, everybody. Size 14, the whole of them. Alright. Don't we see size 14 of Edgerton Newman and gunman pastor give out gas voucher. Go on Bruce Pass give it out amongst our people them. I'm sure no she never dip in her pocket. And the taxpayers' money she use and bribe the people in our constituency. Because them like to do these things. And this is what is mashing up Jamaica. Yeah? So me glad when Rosie come and highlight it and she have a lot more. Rosie come to a part 2. And we wait for part 3. Yeah? Because there's a lot more to be said. You understand? This guy, Donovan Williams, we know say my problem long time, you know. And Andrew have him as one of them type of individual there. Trustee. Yeah? So him feel untouchable. You understand? Him lose the election the last time. But Andrew have to make him win. Because remember, him hold on a lot of Andrew shares them, you know. In the shell company them with them have, you know. And him responsible for Andrew shares them. So Andrew have to make sure no say him keep him in the political loop. Him couldn't make him drop through. So them call back a little thing and say them find 12. 12, you know. Ballot paper in an envelope. Them why in an envelope, them stay in an envelope. What am I doing in an envelope? Ballot paper not go in an envelope. You don't vote in an envelope. You put your cast, you vote and put in the ballot box in the polling station. So Andrew have to make sure no say him bring him back from the dooms. Yeah, because him lose. Him lose. So Steve McGregor. But we like to hear all of these, you know, ongoing controversy. It show you where the party is at, the Jamaica Labour Party. And as I said, time come, the things start reveal. It's at 2026, you know. Yeah, and the war around Andrew is slowly cracking and about to be open. You understand? And it take people like Rose to come deal with it. I hope we can find some other constituency who are going through the same tedious problem to come out and highlight the problem. We remember our parliament them. Because them are going like them are the big dan in Jamaica, you know. Them go like the taxpayers' money assigned to them. And for them to do whatever they want to do with it. You understand? And taxpayers need to get value for that money. Look at the road, them, look at the sidewalk, look at the whole infrastructure around Jamaica. Even the retaining wall down a Victoria Pier, it a decade, it get mashed up. You see the rusty steel never come out. And the money them if you do them work and preserve them structure there. Yeah, them money have it a splash all about. Them a buy woman, them a buy vehicle, them a buy everything. Them a pay for people. Yeah. Who no get no, who no do no work, them a pay them salary. We call them 50,000, 50,000, 50,000. We know hear nothing like job description with them people that carry out, you know. And just because you align yourself to the party, you automatically get 50,000. Yeah, then how much often time them 50,000 they issue out? So you see why the country not been going forward? Country under hemorrhage, man. Where the money in the country are bleed out. Taxpayers' money are bleed out. The member of parliament are bleed it out, and then the leader of the party The crime minister, Andrew Wallace, him know about it, but him can't do nothing about it, no, because my biggest criminal. Yeah, so him can't do nothing about it, you know. Him is not a disciplinarian, you know. Him is a criminal, so him can't talk to Donovan Williams. Donovan Williams, them have prime minister secret. So him know, say, if me move up, draw down a 1.5 million out of contract money. Prime minister can't say nothing to him. Can't say nothing. Remember, I'm right-hand man, you know. Yeah, I remember Andrew no care about nothing we done to the country. Whether it was done good or bad. Yeah. Him no care. So we have a situation now where things come up to bump and time come. And I say I listen for part 2 and part 3. And Big Mama go one side and low. Rosie make you talk. The people of Jamaica want to hear more from Rosie because Rosie seems to have a lot to say. Because remember, you know, you're talking about a decade what the same day-to-day activity, you know. I scratch Rosie just scratch the therapist with what she said. We have several more things to hear. Yeah, and Rosie, we not beat you and bash you, you know. As I said, you can leave the Jamaica Labour Party. You can go independent. And if we see which part, you know, over a period of time, we have used you in the PMP. Yeah, we can't use you because it happened before and you're the first one cross the aisle. But we can't take you just so right now. Yeah? You have to come say a lot more. And you have to clear the ear with you and this guy. We don't want nobody, we have no court case hanging over them head. Yeah? So you have to go in high court if you need to go in high court with Donovan Williams and go with him there. So then we say, yes, Rosie, you're credible. Take him on like courthouse. Show him say you're not back down from him. Make him understand say you're patriotic and you're democratic as well. And time come and you feel exercise the right now to speak about the high level of corruption, yeah, and theft where you uncover under the Donovan Williams Member of Parliament administration. You are privy to that as a councillor. Yeah? So just come tell me, man. Yeah? Me know you tell me say them steal election. And we didn't know about that. Come tell me more about the corruption with this guy. How much more money he take from other projects you must know over the years. We can tell you up that and look on it. Because him is dishonest. Him get a salary, you know. And his salary is well in keeping with first world country, not third world country. Yeah? So him is being elevated by the crime minister to a substantial wage package. I remember Feda used to take the things them and him used to get to. When Feda man them up creep with the igla them goods, you know. I share up between him and them brother, you know. And them distribute it in a central Kingston. Yeah? All the way up to Alman Town and all them places. The people them goods go share up. So the whole of them did have benefit immensely under the Jamaica Labour Party pretext. You understand? Them control the whole of downtown. Yeah? Them have the igla them in them pocket when them ready to take them things and share it up to them friend, them do it. And when them ready to thief the taxpayers' money, them do it. Not just Donovan Williams, but Feda used to do it to him, brother. Yeah? It's a syndrome amongst the Williams, them. You understand? And Andrew have them as him right hand and him left hand. You see what I say? And Jamaica people, where Rosie come highlight, it's just the true demographic of how the politics are running at Jamaica. Yeah, and anybody with any common sense knows say Jamaica can't run like that and then you expect it to prosper. It can't prosper. So the pressure will always be on. Yeah, Jamaica can't move, you know. Corruption will long Jamaica. Yeah, a diaspora bail out Jamaica, you know. Diaspora bail out Jamaica. Because what we have said to the Jamaican people, we're not hear all them things you're not supposed to demonstrate, you know. Supposed to demonstrate. You understand? But we're not too lenient with the government of the day. And the member of parliament, them. Because what them do, them man, they bribe with handout baggage. and few little worthless Jamaican dollars here and there.
Melting Pot, use another minute to finish up because the program long, you know. Right, so just use another minute to curtail what you said.
Well, we can't wrap it up now, you know, because we just want to tell the people them say, just stay tuned, because we don't know where this can go. Yeah, this can go further than where it reach right now. Yeah, but me personally welcome what Rosie has said, because I want to hear them thing there. Me not endorse her as no People's National Party representative in an upcoming election. Should have to do our time. Yeah, should have to purge out that green blood out there. I'll leave back the floor to you, Sir Byron.
All right. Bless up for that. So Jamaica, what we are going to show, right? It is not only Rosie, right, alone, right, coming out and speaking against the Jamaica Labour Party corruption. It has a systemic corruption as it relates to Andrew Holness, right? This is what Andrew Holness planned to do. And that is one of the reasons why, right, he did not sign the code of conduct, because it's a premeditated action. Now, let us look, right, an other similar incident, right, pretty much walk parallel with the Rosie incident. Now, look at this.
But remember, you know, if somebody will leak it, not Rosie. It wasn't for our ears. Which one you want?
The one. Let us look at this. Yeah.
I've walked away from the Jamaica Labour Party. I've walked away from the KSAMC. I won't be going down there to be sworn in.
Couldn't believe, say, and all the Ennis are going to say disrespect on this, and just because Ennis not get deputy mayor again, and Delroy get it, and if we say we are Labour right, regardless of what, you not do your party this, and you not do your MP this, and you not do your constituency this, to care where you want to say. That means say you never have the Jamaica Labour Party 2020, and we are going to go down there, go sign as mayor, and one are going to be deputy, and one are going to be mayor. And two of them, the PMP them, are swearing, you take the seat, and you give the blood clot PMP them. Because I take it and give it. You give the PMP them the council as much as we did at JLP and PMP. Because of the two who that they are running, you take it and you give the PMP them, and you come tell you know. So you're fucking Labour, right? I tell you, Ennis, I tell you, you grieve, you baby heart grieve. And they can't send this to me, I tell you. I tell you, I don't know. I never expect this from you. Regardless of why you shouldn't do the Labour Council, Joy Catchwell.
All right. We can stop that. Okay, let us just hear out down the whole thing.
All right, I'm there, brother.
Let me take this call.
All right, brother, I'm there.
Councillor, good night. I am on the program.
We have one voice note program with me.
Yes, Councillor, them send me one voice note of you cursing. It's circulating like hot bread. Is what happened to you?
And all of my Jamaican brothers and sisters, that I remain a committed member of the Jamaica Labour Party. There is no issues which may arise that we cannot settle internally. I want to thank everybody at all levels of the party for their love and support. I want to assure my fellow Labourites and all of my Jamaican brothers and sisters. I want to assure my fellow Labourites and all of my Jamaican brothers and sisters that I remain a committed member of the Jamaica Labour Party. There is no issues which may arise. I have walked away from the Jamaica Labour Party. I've walked away from the KSAMC. I won't be going down there to be sworn in.
Couldn't believe, say, and all the Ennis are going to say disrespect on this, and just because Ennis not get deputy mayor again. And
all right. So we are playing some of the series of corruption, right, that been happening. Now, look on this. Let us play the next clip. Right, we are showing, right, the history that, you know, of thievery and, you know, corruption that align with the Jamaica Labour Party. Now, that align with the Jamaica Labour Party, right? Slackness, corruption after corruption, unbelievable. So when we are talking about the People's National the Jamaica Labour Party corruption, look at this. Jamaican people. Look at this.
She can go to KCC anytime because she not breed, she not nobody down at KCC, not take her man. Tell Kenya, me say in the day she need blood clot, Kenya walk through KCC. Tell her, me say walk through KCC because she put up what she need, Mrs. Blood Clot Williams. Tell her go through KCC. Say that.
People, my apology for the colonial language because it just come with that. So let me apologize for that.
I call you, I'm not get to, but I will leave the voice note here. And it's serious. You see, anyway, I book your first concubine, I go bust up Kenya blood clot head. I'm in a business if more run as a more counselor. And I want Petch to stop work and tell lie for me. Me and Petch call me when I and I carry news to me and I say something to Petch. Me not say nothing bad about Kenya. Petch carry back my name to Kenya.
Jamaica, these are the people in the Jamaica Labour Party where Andrew Holness have representing Jamaica, you know. Councillors, MP, no good character. Nobody can be evaluated. Right? Criminals, no good role model. Prostitute.
Me as well. Right? Delroy Williams, that me, you know.
And yeah, and these are the people that Andrew Holness have representing the Jamaican people. Right? Represent people who lost their moral compass. Both Donovan and Delroy lost their moral compass. And the councillors them take a reg. Right? And so prostitural. I mean, it is just sickening. Look at this.
I chat Kenya with Pet. Kenya, I go call me, I go talk about big dirty stinking Celia. I'm a dirty pussy daughter who fuck Feda. Tina no want you for fuck you Feda. Remember some me tell you about dirty Kenya and you get for fuck Kenya. Kenya breed for you and if you eye that blood clot.
Look at this because we can't play this. We can't play this any longer. This is too nasty. But you know, we are showing that look, these are the people that Andrew Holness have representing us politically. Dirty, filthy, lost their moral compass, right? A lot of criminals. It is just unbelievable. Now, let us go back to what Rosie said in terms of putting some reflection on Donovan Williams, right? And to the fact that Donovan Williams have close relationship to Andrew Holness. Very, very close relationship to Andrew Holness. As a matter of fact, Jamaican people, Donovan Williams, responsible, was listed as director in roughly about 3 of Andrew Holness shell companies. Donovan Williams run them. Let us show the evidence. Let us show the evidence. So this goes to show you that Andrew Holness, having Donovan Williams as his right hand, you know what is happening. Right? Know what is happening. I just played that. Right? So when we look and we see that is a situation where very serious. So Jamaica, look at this. Look at this, what we are showing. Here it is. MP Donovan Williams, another former director of Positive Jamaica Foundation, still tied to companies linked to Prime Minister Holness. Now listen, before becoming a member of Parliament in 2020, Donovan Williams may have been known to Prime Minister Andrew Holness for some time, even if just by association. After all, he is the brother of Mayor of Kingston, Delroy Williams, who has also been a Jamaica Labour Party councillor in the Serve Right Gardens Division within Mr. Holness West Central and St. Andrew constituency for 2 decades. But in 2020, the relationship between MP Williams and Prime Minister Holness seems to have extended beyond politics. Hey. So this goes to show you, you know, you understand? As it relates to Andrew Holness' plan, not signing the code of conduct, linking with Donovan Williams, where gunman, as according to Rosie, right, go upon robbery and giving Donovan Williams money, you understand, to sustain his campaign, as according to Rosie. This is the person that Andrew Holness have in not one shell company, you know. Not one shell company. Roughly about 3 of his shell company. Donovan Williams is the director. Now, that year, not only did the attorney become the secretary of 3 companies, you hear that? 3 companies registered in 2020 linked to Prime Minister Holness, but he also became a director of Mr. Holness Positive Jamaica Foundation Limited, where he served for a year. Now, watch this, people. MP Williams and his role in companies linked to Prime Minister Holness. The companies linked to Prime Minister Holness and on which MP Williams served as secretary, including Imperium Investment Holding. People, these are the companies that are under investigation, you know. Imperium is where ADMAT dissolved into Imperium, you know. Right? So Imperium is ADMAT, where Donovan Williams is a secretary, including Imperium. Remember, say, ADMAT, right, dissolved into Imperium Investment Holding Limited, which was incorporated in June 2020 and whose purpose is investment in assets of all classes. This is the man that all a lot of things with Andrew Holness. Now, watch this now, people. Imperium's sole director and shareholder is Prime Minister Holness, who holds 600 of the 1,000 ordinary shares. The remaining 400 shares are unallotted according to records at the company's office of Jamaica. Be a corruption. Shell company. You know. MP Williams is also secretary for Estate Bridge Development. Remember? Imperium, Estate Bridge. These are the very 3 companies that the Integrity Commission investigating, you know, having $470 million running through NCB, you know. Jamaica, we want to see which part we are tying this. These companies that Donovan Williams, right, being secretary and director in an Andrew Holness company, these are the company that the Integrity Commission investigators investigating, running $470 million between 2020 and 2022. And while Andrew Holness is telling the Integrity Commission investigators that his income, assets, and liability, right, was only $200 million, you know. While he was telling the giving that information to the Integrity Commission, right, that his income, assets, and liability in 2022, right, was $200 million. Between 2020 and 2022, as it relates to these 3 companies, they were running $470 million. And remember, not only that, his wife, right, as it relates to lease flat, right, spoke in court that our $800 million apartment, right, started in trouble. So when you look at this, you see where Donovan Williams, involved in the knowings, would have acknowledged Andrew Holness' wrongdoing.
It's all premeditated.
And it's all premeditated. Everything is showing right here where Donovan Williams is concerned. See here, MP Williams is also Secretary of Estate Bridge Development Limited, a company registered in July 2020 to carry out general construction. Can you imagine? Estate Bridge as its shareholders, Mr. Holness Imperium Investment, which owns 4,001 of the 10,000 ordinary shares. Adam Holness, seemingly his son, who holds 2,000 shares. Mr. Holness' sister, Seaga Anderson, who holds another 2,000 shares. and a businessman in Montego Bay, Norman Brown, right? Is this Norman Brown, people? Let me remind you. Is this Norman Brown where Andrew Holness send millions of dollars through ATM machine to him, you know? And now he's the head of UDC. You want to see the corruption, people? This is Norman Brown, where the Prime Minister run millions of dollars through ATM machine to him. And now this man is the head of UDC in the Prime Minister's office. And where Donovan Williams, right, have now involved in 3 of the shell companies, 3 of Andrew Holness shell companies. We can't make up these people. Who owns 1,000 shares? 999 shares remain unallotted. Finally, MP Williams is also Secretary of Positive Media Solution Limited. You know, all these companies that are under investigation with the Prime Minister, right? Donovan Williams, which was set up in October 2020 to do media broadcasting, multimedia services, event management, communications and promotion, right? At inception, businessman Mark Azan was the only listed director and was allotted one of the 100 authorized ordinary shares. The older of the other 99 shares was Imperium Investment Holding Limited. You understand? Which has converted from ADMAT. Now, whose beneficial owner is the Prime Minister Andrew Holness, right? So then this is what the Integrity Commission investigators want to find out, right? How ADMAT came by its capital injection, right? Andrew Holness did not just move ADMAT into St. Lucia. Remember now, who set up all of these companies? Let me remind you people, who you think set up all of these companies? Positive Media Solutions, right? Estate Bridge, and all of these companies. Imperium, right? Patrick Bailey, right? And that is one of the reasons why Patrick Bailey cannot be interrogated. So all of these things are corruption that connected to how Andrew Holness is connected with the corruption. And how Donovan Williams is corrupted. So then Andrew Holness could not sign the code of conduct because the situation with him going into the politics was premeditated. And he executed all of this. The whole of this, 2 years later, on October 31st, 2022, Imperium forfeited its 99 shares and they were re-allotted to an Andrew Matthew Holness, who used the same address as the Prime Minister and who, based on reporting in the public domain, appears to be his other son. Prime Minister Holness' full name is Andrew Michael Holness. You understand? So as young as Andrew Holness' sons, right, sons are, he implicated them, right, in his crime, because they now become shareholders of shell company that Andrew Holness is washing his money through. This is serious corruption, you know. And how is this not being investigated? Andrew Holness should have been, to be honest, in a real democratic country, Andrew Holness would have been arrested. Would have been, this is serious. Look here. Look here. Delinquency of Positive Jamaica Foundation. And why Positive Jamaica had not been up to date on its filing of its 2021 annual returns at the Company's Office of Jamaica when 18 degrees north first check in summer of 2022, MP Williams didn't respond. Company's office records showed that the foundation had filed a return for that year, but it had been rejected and is pending resubmission. Financial for the foundations, however, were up to date, bucking a general trend of high delinquency in filing among non-profits linked to politicians. Want to hear them something, people? On July 14, 2022, Positive Jamaica filed paperwork with the Company's office notifying it that MP Williams had retroactively ceased being director of the entity on December 1, 2021. Now, if you notice, he ceased to be director of the entity November 1, 2021, December 1, 2021, people. What had happened? Because SSL crashed. SSL crashed in 2021. So it appears as if, right, a lot of the money from SSL, right, was going into some of these companies too, you know. Right? On the look on what I'm saying. Right? 2021, SSL crashed, and Andrew Wallace withdrew his money out of it 2021. And same time, see here, MP Williams had retroactively ceased being a director of the entity on December 1, 2021. Can you imagine? The same time, the Prime Minister took his money out of SSL. The same day, the Prime Minister owners also stopped being a director of the foundation. Both of them. Both of them. So this show you definitely as it relates to the conspiracy that is going on here between Donovan Williams and Andrew Holness. So Donovan Williams have a lot of secret for Andrew Holness. Now, the current directors are Garfield Aaron, Kelvin Hall, and Justin Baker. Baker is also the secretary. And see it here. See the information here. Here it is. Foundation. Right? You hear that it's incorporated. Now, peer corruption. 18 degrees now. Check at the company's office again on December 27, 2023. And the foundation annual returns for 2021 are still pending resubmission and considered outstanding. Those of the years 2022 to 2023 are also overdue. So too now are the financial for 2021 and 2022. The annual return lists the address of the registered office and detail of the current directors. Let me show you something again that Donovan Williams involving seems to be hiding shares for a politician. Seems to be hiding shares. Is the politician that is hiding shares for is Andrew Wallace? Listen to this, Jamaican people. Listen to this. Listen to this. Donovan Williams is not ordinary, right?
Member of Parliament for Central Kingston, Donovan Williams, is distancing himself from the $31.5 million medical drill at the center of a contentious debate. Mr. Williams is listed as a majority shareholder in the company Medical Technologies Meditech that's supplying the tool to the Southeast Regional Health Authority, SARA, for the Bustamante Children's Hospital. But Mr. Williams, in a statement, says he does not nor has ever owned any beneficial interest in the company. According to the company's office of Jamaica, of the 50,000 shares issued by Meditech, 40,000 of them are to Donovan Williams. 10,000 are split evenly to the two other shareholders.
Okay, so you realize, Jamaican people, that Donovan Williams is now mixing up with some serious corruption, right? Serious questionable situation as it relates to him, right? Being directors in the Prime Minister shell companies and so forth, and having shares, holding shares, right? There's a shares that he hold. Let us hear this.
But Mr. Williams has downplayed his role in the company as a mere trustee and as operating as a lawyer for Meditech. The statement went on to say that documents are being drafted to transfer those shares to the beneficial owner. Additionally,
now, hold on. You are going to tell me, that the man who mixed up in the corruption is also a Meditech lawyer, and we are Meditech involved in a several corruption. And this man again now is a director in an Andrew Holness companies, shell companies, right? And he is the lawyer for Meditech, and him have shares in a Meditech. What the fuck? No, man.
He says his name will soon be removed as a shareholder on the company's Office of Jamaica's website. When TVJ News reached out to Meditech on Tuesday, the phone lines rang unanswered. Eventually, a representative told us that no one was there at the time to speak with our news team and recommended that we call again on Wednesday. We reached out to the chairman of Sarah, Wentworth Charles, who initially promised to provide a comment. However, TVJ News did not receive one up to news time. As for the opposition spokesman on health, Dr. Alfred Dawes,
I have two files, two dossiers, one addressed to the Auditor General, Mrs. Pamela Monroe Ellis, with the findings of our investigation. The other is addressed to Mrs. Justice Reed, retired Justice Carol Lawrence Beswick, the chairman of the Integrity Commission. We're asking for a fulsome investigation into the procurement process of this neurosurgical drill.
Donovan Williams says he welcomes any investigations which would further vindicate him. Jamila Maitland.
Angle.
Member of Parliament. These men are high profile. High profile. Right? This is very serious, Jamaica. Right? And Jamaican people continue to tolerate.
Why do people them have faith like Job? Them have faith even more than Job.
Right? People should be
and nothing.
People should be marching out, going on the street, demanding their resignation, demanding investigation into these people. Don't you see? It's very clear that Andrew Holness admit being used to purchase properties. One of the reasons why ADMAT was in St. Lucia is not to just hide away from tax. It's to hide the company away from investigation. It is not about just hiding from tax. It is to hide the company away from investigation. Now, when you look and hear everything what Rosie has been saying as it relates to the involvement of corruption based on allegation where Rosie is concerned with Donovan Williams. And you see Donovan Williams also mixed up as it relates to Meditech, right? Where he's the lawyer for Meditech, yet he has shares into Meditech. Right? So then the question I'm asking, who Donovan Williams holding the shares for? This is a very serious question, you know. Mocha, you're not investigating this. Who Donovan Williams holding the shares for? Is the shares, are those shares belongs to Andrew Holness? Let me ask a question. Let me come out and ask a question. Are those shares belong to Andrew Holness or Christopher Tufton? Because Donovan Williams locking down and protecting, right, what appears to be that he's protecting the corruption, the status quo of corruption, by involved in Andrew Holness, shell companies. He's secretary and directors. You understand? So he's at the top, right? This, we can't make up this. We cannot make up this, Jamaican people. This is serious. But the question that we are asking, how long, right? That Jamaica, you are telling me that we are so polarized. We are so polarized, right? That people who support the GLP cannot see the obvious wrong, right?
Or those who are sitting on the fence cannot see.
Remember, the criminal justice, and that is one of the reasons why, you understand, I attack the DPP. Because the DPP, who has power to initiate a case, having the understanding of these things, the DPP is not inserting herself in terms of authorized investigation into these things and bring Andrew Holness to bear. So by the DPP not doing this and being complicit, Andrew Holness is good because he controls the criminal justice. You understand where the DPP is concerned? He controls the criminal justice, right? The DPP is working for Andrew Holness. You understand? Because it is the DPP, you understand, and the Commissioner of Police, the investigation arm and the prosecutorial arm, right, responsible to bring, right, cases into the judiciary? How is it going to reach into the judiciary when you have the DPP not doing anything and Andrew Holness control the DPP, right? Control the DPP. So the DPP is not pursuing Andrew Holness. So Andrew Holness continue because guess what? The DPP highly paid, right? And so then the DPP look left, not seeing nothing, right? And these are the things that we're talking about. Because how Andrew Holness continue to survive this? When we look and see that, okay, all right, the corruption prosecutor, right, could have charged Andrew Holness, and the corruption prosecutor claimed that, okay, because of the length of time, the corruption prosecutor did not, collect the necessary things and put the case in the judiciary, The corruption prosecutor made the decision, right? The corruption prosecutor did not put it into the judiciary, you understand, and where the judge, right, is going to weigh the evidence against Andrew Holness and make a determination. The corruption prosecutor made her decision, and that is one of the reasons why, you understand, they told her not to apply back for the job. Because adequate evidence was there to charge Andrew Holness. So then Andrew Holness feel emboldened because the corruption prosecutor in her pocket, the DPP in her pocket, the commissioner of police in her pocket. What we can't understand? The commissioner of police and the DPP charged senior superintendent, what name again, Melting Pot, the senior superintendent, Cameron. Yeah. Why the DPP, right? The DPP initiate, the DPP and the commissioner of police charge senior superintendent Cameron. Why? But yet, they cannot charge Andrew Holness. Even when it is blatant. Why? He cannot be pursued. This just doesn't make any sense. And guess what, people? Let me say this categorically clear. We have Rowe Reed in the court. And what you have been seeing in front of your eyes as it relates to Rowe Reed, delayed tactics upon delayed tactics. He had exhausted all his attempts. He has nowhere else to go, Rowe Reed, right now, more than face trial. At this point, are we hearing anything? Jamaica, look, let me reason with you. Rowe Reed has exhausted all his effort in trying to delay the trial. Don't want to face the trial because the evidence possibly is overwhelming. So he doesn't want to face trial. And with all of the delayed tactics and strategy that he had used, they finally told him that, look, Rowe Reed, you have exhausted all your attempts. You need to face trial. Thus far, we haven't heard anything. A long time the case of warning, we haven't heard anything. We are anticipating, people are waiting. So let us reason now. Let us reason rationally now, people. A blatant corruption like that. If you see that no justice not going to pursue, you sit and you said everything is okay. You have seen the situation with Patrick Bailey. Not even being interrogated. So then if Patrick Bailey, because he was Andrew Holness' lawyer, and because he set up the shell companies them for Andrew Holness, right, can openly, based on what we are looking at, possibly kill someone and not even being questioned. And Jamaica, you sit, and you do anything. No, you think what Rosie revealing as it relates to the corruption with Donovan Williams, the donations that we get for hurricane relief, what do you think is happening to it? Let me ask you a question. What do you think being happening to it? Same way like how they are sharing up the money is the very same thing that they are doing. Very same thing that they are doing. Andrew Holness said he would have set up NARA to provide oversight. Where is NARA? Where is NARA? And we sit and have the Prime Minister going to and fro from Parliament. Where in Jamaica, let me ask this question, where in Jamaica that you have seen, where in Jamaica or in the Caribbean, where in the Caribbean, I say where in Jamaica, where in the Caribbean that you have seen any one of the Caribbean Prime Ministers statutory declaration cannot be certified going 4 years? No, we are asking the question. We are asking the question. So then what are we doing? Are we sitting and waiting on the opposition and ask if the opposition now go speak up? That seems like that is what we are doing. Sitting and waiting and ask if the opposition not going to speak up. Jamaica, let me tell you something. If majority of Jamaica right now, and I am asking you, I am telling you this. If majority of Jamaicans go on the street and decided that, listen, Andrew Holness can't stay in a parliament and his statutory declaration. Just all right. Let us build this on a moral basis. The Prime Minister have a problem. What is the primary problem? The Prime Minister cannot explain his illicit enrichment. Cannot explain that. Or the Prime Minister, let us properly phrase that. When it comes to the Prime Minister income, assets, and liability, the Prime Minister cannot explain as it relates to the amount of assets, right, contrary to his income. He cannot explain it. Now, is that okay, Jamaica? Is that okay for the Prime Minister not having his statutory declaration certified and at the same time Mark Golding going under the same scrutiny of ensuring that his statutory declaration being certified? That's not supposed to happen. Now, just imagine, Jamaica, that if it was Mark Golding statutory declaration not being certified going for 4 years. You know how Big Mama and especially Dras Davis, you know how Big Mama and Dras Davis would have behaved? Eh? You know how Big Mama, Dras Davis, and all of them, they would have eaten him alive. They would have eaten him alive. And we have somebody who so corrupted. And we are listening to this person in Parliament making presentation. It is a shame. I'm talking about integrity. Right? It is a crying shame. And no one is going out there. Let me say this, Jamaica. If you pressure PSOJ, he has to bow. I'm not asking. If you pressure and decide, say, you're not going to go to any work until Andrew Holness resign, he has to leave. You know what I should have done before I come here? I should have clipped some clips as it relates to other countries that had done the same thing. In the Philippines, that was what happened to the Prime Minister in Philippines. That was what happened to the Prime Minister. The people marched out and the people said they are not going to have him in their parliament. And it also happened in Madagascar recently. The people marched out and said, no, you are not going to stay in our parliament. And she has to run. She has to flee. What are we waiting on? What are we waiting on? So many countries, if you Google and see how many prime minister has to leave their country as a result of the citizenry march out and demand them to leave. We are so polarized. Right? Don said they are afraid to go out because of the police and the army. We are talking about peaceful march. Put up that down there for me. Sister Dawn, we are talking about peaceful march. And at the end of the day, if you are not buying, if you are not making any purchase as it relates to the business community, and they are losing their profit, they will have to pressure him to go. If the country work together, unite together, one of the things that keep us back as a black people, even from Africa and in the Caribbean, because we are not united. We are not united. The day that we are able to be united, we cramp and paralyze the power that is suppressing us. If people go out and have a peaceful march and decided that, look, I am not going to, all right, Jamaica is a service industry. Let me show you what I'm saying. Jamaica is a service industry, right? As it relates to tourism and so forth, right? One of our biggest foreign investment earner is tourism. For people who work in the tourism, if they all decided that, look, we are not going to go to work, what do you think is going to happen? Brian Jordan, they sit on the tourist board, right? And others who sit, right, as it relates to the board of director at PSOJ, they would have to. He couldn't stand still. He cannot be there. That's why the knowledge is so important for the people to have. That if you decide, the people decide, that we are not going to tolerate Andrew Holness, on principle, do it on principle. Sir, and that is one of the reasons why the Integrity Commission investigators, let me tell you, people, if you don't know this, the Integrity Commission investigators are depending on the people to come together. Because the Integrity Commission investigators is saying that we are not going to certify him. But based on the Constitution, we cannot move him. But he's not going to get any certification from us. So Joe Money said, to be fair on this one, the IC refused to process any new declarations. He did submit to the court to force them to accept his filing, and it was denied. Exactly.
But Joe Money, remember that the ones that he would file now, in order for them to be certified, the previous one would have to be certified.
Yes.
So him submitting new ones don't make any sense until the old ones can be certified.
Exactly.
So that's why it was denied.
Yes, and the reason why, because to the fact that if you have problem with your statutory declaration, it is going to affect the past and it is going to affect the future. Right?
Until
so it is not like, yes, exactly. So it is not like you can say, okay, all right, the for the 4 years that he cannot be certified, right? Those can just go and we can go forward and certify the others. No, it can't work like that. It cannot work like that, right? But you have to understand that, look, the people have the powers in their hand. We can't wait on a vote, the vote of no confidence. If we are to wait on a vote of no confidence, it is not going to happen. Do you believe that Andrew Holness cabinet is going to vote against him? Do you believe that them who corrupted and want the protection from Andrew Holness, because they themselves corrupted too, and they themselves under investigation, you believe that they are going to use a vote of no confidence and get out Andrew Holness? No, they want Andrew Holness to be there because they want to be protected by that. So then, this is one of the things where the DPP or the Commissioner of Police don't have any control. If the people have decided, say, well, all right, I am not going to go to work. Hold on, let me take the call. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation. Go ahead.
Mystic, my brother, good evening.
Blessings, my brother.
My brother, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good, sir.
Listen, you know, I hear you and I hear your plea to the Jamaican people.
Yes.
If you remember in the recent parliament debate, the most honorable Mark Golding spoke about the moral fiber of the country.
Yes.
The decay of the moral fiber of the country. The uncaring attitude for each other that Jamaicans have against each other. The level of violence against women, the level of violence against kids, the level of disrespect in the country. This is why Mark Golding speaks from his heart.
Yes.
About them, and in a budget debate, one of his major points was to restore the moral fiber of Jamaica. And it all coincides and ties into what you're trying to ask Jamaicans to do, and it's a reason why Jamaicans cannot get to what you're saying. Mystic, I hear you, I hear the passion in your voice, and I feel the passion in your voice. But when you have the majority of people that is destitute, hungry, and preoccupied, and then you have a society that knows nothing and sees no other example of governance or behavior other than corruption going on a decade straight. A 10-year-old kid that was born 10 years ago is now 20. And he's the stage and an age where he can see and live his experiences. So you're talking about 20-year-olds and 18-year-old kids who have seen only a society governed with corruption. They have seen the moral fiber of the country eroded. They have seen nothing. All they know is the violence, the disrespect, the bad behavior, all the immoral things in society is what they have seen, what they have grown up into, and what they have come now to expect as being norm. In Jamaica, corruption is so bad, Mystic, that if you go to any institution in Jamaica And I know the Jamaicans get offended when you talk about Jamaica, when you expose them. I am a Jamaican, and I'm exposing them because I've been there and I've seen it and I've lived it there. If you go to any institution or any sector in Jamaica and you try to conduct honest business, people look at you sideways, as if you crazy, as if you come from another planet. This is the attitude that Jamaicans have. And I understand why some of it is that way. It's not only because of corruption, but because people are so underpaid, so hungry, cost of living is so high, and everybody's trying to survive. And it's a dog-eat-dog mentality in Jamaica, where everybody is trying to survive. But on the other hand, this is a deliberate act by the government. If you keep people hungry, destitute, and uneducated, you will be able to create that vacuum space where you can rob, thief, and be corrupt, because they will look the other way because they are hungry and they need something to grasp on. It's a system. What's happening in Jamaica is a systematic erosion of the moral fiber of the country in order to perpetrate corruption and the kind of greed that we see the cabinet ministers, the prime ministers, and those in so-called civil society and the PSOJ enjoying today. Mystic, we hear Mark Golding make a budget speech and I'm telling you, man, and these are the things that you have to look at and be realistic of where Jamaica is today. He made a budget speech and he's telling Jamaican people, your government don't need to raise your taxes. All they need to do is collect the uncollected taxes. Simple. That's all he was telling them, He doesn't need to put the pressure on you poor people. All they need to do is create a system where they can collect the uncollected taxes in order to fund the government. That's what Mark Golding told them in so simple words. They can't comprehend that. Jamaicans people could never comprehend that. You so simple I made it sound to you, but they can't comprehend it because you have Jamaicans who are getting the benefit from the corruption. You see, if you can go to the Jamaica and you can spend $100 not to join the line to get something. The people who benefit from that $100 are the people who do not want to hear Mark Golding speak. Those are the people who do not want any better for the country. Those are the people who want to keep the country and keep corruption because they benefit from the corruption. Because if you can go to Jamaica and you pay a man $20 to get this done, or $20 to get in front of the line, or $20 to skip the line, or you can pay $100 to get this done, or pay. It's a much easier win-win for them than for them to properly execute a system, a disciplined system to achieve a long-term goal. And these are some of the fundamental issues that you and others like you and myself are trying to educate and teach Jamaicans of the ills of their ways and how to correct their country, not only for themselves today, but for the kids tomorrow. Mystic, when you have less than 20% of high school kids a pass common entrance, that's a societal issue. That's a governance issue, and Jamaicans are not alarmed about it. And we said, and listen to the nonsense now. If you have less than 20% of kids passing common entrance, where's your doctors and your dentists going to come from? How much of that 17% do you think are going to be able to even make it to medical school? How many do you think are going to, of that 17% is going to make it to medical school? If you have only 17% passing, how many of that 17% will make it to medical school or want to be a doctor or a dentist? So you see how complex the issues in Jamaica are. They're very complex.
Because what you have,
and when you have lack of governance and you have corruption that's leading the day, it only gets more complicated. If you listen to Mark Golding's speech, Mark Golding budget debate, he tried to tell them it was so simple. Don't tax the people, collect the uncollected taxes. What a proper, but then again, Mystic, they can't do that. You know why they can't do that? Or they will never adhere to that system? Because cabinet ministers have them hand in every business. Cabinet ministers enriching themselves with every business opportunity them get in the country.
And there you go.
Cabinet members are importers and exporters. Cabinet businessmen have mall truck, them have concrete truck, them have forklift, and them have every single kind of business. So how can you collect the taxes when the people who are responsible to create legislation and rules of government to collect the taxes are the perpetrators themselves not paying taxes? It's a messed up system, my brother. The country is messed up, and the people are so preoccupied with so many other things that they can't see it, and they cannot discipline themselves to know that, listen up, we got to get rid of this government. When a man can buy you with 5,000 US dollar, that is less than 10 with 5,000 Jamaican dollar, which is less than 10 US dollar, and a box food where you eat the box food, you buy the drink and you go home and you pass it up and the tidy the same day, and you turn around and vote for him. When a man can tell you, kiss my shoes, and you vote for him, do you know the mentality of that kind of human being that accept that and respond to that?
No,
do you know
understand.
In order to reach that person, to change that person's mind and heart, you're talking about generational transformation. Jamaica is in a system now where we've gone through a decade of systematic dumbness, where they've spoken, so they have dumbed down the conversation to the Jamaican public and treat the Jamaican public with so much disdain and stupid conversation and stupid governance that it has become the norm. When something has become the norm within a society, it's hard to reverse it. It takes generations to reverse it. It's a lot to reverse the system, to reverse the mindset and the heart of Jamaicans right now. As much as they're suffering, and as much as we saw the hurricane come through and people can't get ahead and nothing's being done to make better. If you go there today and give a Jamaican man, I'm not going to say US dollar, give him 5,000 Jamaican dollar and 2 pieces of Kentucky chicken and tell him to go vote for the Labour right, he will vote for the Labour right. How do you fix that mind and that heart from that person? How do you correct that within that person themselves to know that, listen up, that is not going to help you or make your kids prepare a future for your kids. That will do nothing for you. That will only fix your stomach for today. But with the future for your kids and you living the next day and the next day and the next day, that won't do nothing for you. How do you convince Jamaicans of that? And that is a challenge, my brother, because the system keeps them dunce, destitute, and docile. And that is a challenge, Mystic. Let me hear what you have to say.
Yeah, no, you're perfectly right. 100% correct in terms of what you're saying, right? And it is so sad to the fact that, right, the education system, right, is so dilapidated, and we don't have, a majority of the society who are well thinking, right, and fit within that intellectual community. That is a problem. So, a political party, right, as it relates to the Jamaica Labour Party, kleptocratic party, right, their policy and their principle is to make as much being ignorant. Because remember, if people are
let me stop you for a minute. Let me correct you on something.
Yes.
The Jamaica Labour Party does not have a policy and does not have a principle. It's just corrupt. They're just corrupt.
Just corrupted.
Don't give them that credit of policy and principle. They have no principle and they have no policy, because nobody in Jamaica can tell you one policy or one legislation that this government has passed or enacted in the last 10 years to make one Jamaican life better.
Exactly.
If anybody know of one, please post it and let us see it.
Exactly.
Okay.
When
another thing, mistake.
Yes.
To show you how deep this is, the University of the West Indies does not belong to Jamaica. It is the highest learning institution in Jamaica, and it's riddled with corruption and crime. No, as a society, people in Jamaica who like turn up them nose, and those people call them civil society, and they soak on the bunch of dunces with the letters in front of their name and the titles, and live in these and live uptown and live all about the place, and come from KC and Calabar and all them come from the bullshit. Let me ask you a question. How do you people in Jamaica turn and look at anybody else in the Caribbean in the face and act like you're somebody? We have the University of the West Indies have campuses all over the Caribbean.
Yes.
Jamaica is the only place where it's corrupt. Jamaica is the only place where it's corrupt, and you wonder why Bajan and other Caribbean people look at Jamaica as like dunce and fools. This is the reason why. These are the reasons why. These are the absolute reasons why other islands look at Jamaicans sideways, because the things that Jamaican adhere to, allow, and contribute to would never happen in their country. Will never happen in their country. Jamaica has gotten to a place where every night, every day, there's a dance, a jump off, a this or that. And it's become a society where the entire moral fiber, decency, discipline has totally been eroded. When a society has lost its way, it prioritizes certain things, and certain things become the norm. Jamaica's lost its way. Jamaica's our country has lost its culture.
Yep.
Has lost its culture.
Lost our identity.
Jamaica is so far from its culture that if we didn't see Jamaica on a map, our still word Jamaica spelled out, we would not know what Jamaica is. I hear the Prime Minister like refer to the 70s and compare the 70s to now, Mystic. Let me get something straight with him. There was a time when Jamaica was a manufacturing hub in the Caribbean.
Yes.
When a kid that went to UA or CAS, who graduated from UA or CAS, could get a well-paid job. All of those people in Jamaica were on a big car and live on legacy, on a family legacy, land and legacy, and business on a family left. How you think you all got it there? If it was for Michael Manley, not one of them would have a Jamaica right now. Where they might drive big car and live on them family legacy. When Alcan, when we had the sugar industry, when we Jamaicans, we have tire factory, when we have car door companies, when we have companies, battery companies, when we had all these things in Jamaica, all these industries, where we had Jamaicans being managers, directors, all of these things, and being paid well for their job. Tourism was always there. But the well-paying job came from the industries that we had in Jamaica.
Exactly.
Where we were a manufacturing hub in the Caribbean one time. So when the Prime Minister started about the 70s, I mean, they compared the 70s and said 20-year-olds don't know. No, they don't know, because he's not telling them the truth.
And
truth is that
hold on, Carla. Hold on, Carla.
We had manufacturing jobs.
All right. Since you're dealing with that, there is no way. And I want you and I to share within the objective opinion here. There is no way that Jamaica, right, can change around the situation as it relates to the amount of importation that Jamaica is importing, as opposed to the amount that they are exporting. We are exporting just we are exporting just 1 billion something, right? And now we reach to over 6 billion that we are importing. We can't operate a service industry and change that. We have to be operating a manufacturing industry to change that.
Yeah, we can say that, but let's examine the reasons why Jamaica is in that predicament, though. How many? If you see 10 young men in the streets of Jamaica right now, how many of them do you think you could ask or even mention the word farming to, and they would accept and take that up?
Well, that is true. They will say that you are disrespecting them.
Listen, when I travel to Jamaica, I stay in the country. And you pass on the street side and the corner store them, and you see 10, 15, 20 young men just hang out. Them a kick a milk box, them sit down and smoke some weed, them 10 of them a drink a fifth of white rum, and them a smoke some cigarette. I would do what young men do in Jamaica. Do you think you could go to stop in that group of young men at any point in time and say, hey, listen, we have peace and onion, so how many of you want to go farm that land? Or plant some yam, plant some potato, plant some pepper, etc. And they would take it up. It comes back to the mindset and the examples that is being set in the country. And this is where I tell people all the time, leadership is so important, my brother.
Exactly.
Leadership is important because it trickles down into society. If the top of the river is dirty, the bottom of it dirty.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's just a fact.
That's a fact.
And if the head of the country is dirty, the society becomes dirty. The moral fiber of the society decays. No one has the best interest of the country at heart. Everyone is serving their own self-interest. And these are the challenges in Jamaica right now. And these are the things that create poverty, create destitution, create a society that they'll look the other way and accept corruption or accept some bad deeds because they are not involved, or it doesn't benefit them, or they're getting some benefit from it. So these are the things that these are the societal issue. Jamaica is importing more than it's exporting because Jamaica is not a producing country anymore.
Exactly.
When Jamaica import the very food that they can grow. Point and case, there's a shortage of cocoa in the world last year and the year before. Jamaica is a prime country to grow cocoa. Did the Jamaica government put anything in plan to increase cocoa production?
No.
Right now, the price of chocolate is on the rise. Jamaica can produce cocoa to export and ship around the world. Has the Jamaican agriculture minister even made mention to the Jamaica public? Has it put anything in place so that cocoa farmers can reap some of the benefit of the price of cocoa in the world right now?
Absolutely not.
Does anybody know that? So when we talk about the upside down economy in Jamaica, we got to look at the root causes, because just telling the people that Jamaica export more than it import, them already know that. At them money am the food, you know. At them money am it. At them I buy it and yam it. And them know it not come from there. So them know it not come from somewhere. But we have to let them know the reasons why this is happening to you, and the reasons why you're paying so much and you're saving so less and you can't get ahead is because your government is doing this to you. The reason why your life is so hard in Jamaica is because your government is deliberately making your life so hard. Your government makes it easier for the cabinet minister to import onions and kill the onion farmers in Jamaica. This is how we have to start relating things to them. The reason why your onion farmer now sell him onion are because the cabinet minister in your country that you voted for, that you Jamaica voted for, is importing onions and killing your local farmers and charging you 10 times more for the onions. When if you buy it from your local farmer, you cannot get it for half the price.
But all right, look on the viciousness, Carla. Look on the viciousness. We could take time, you understand, roll it out to them. James Robertson, we are calling name. We are calling the name.
Yes.
James Robertson campaign asking the people of Jamaica to vote for him. He's going to provide them the opportunity. And what did James Robertson did? He went in and definitely run competition against our farmers, bringing in onions to kill our farmer. And Carla, what I want to, how the people them who vote for James Robertson, and I've seen and I've witnessed what James Robertson had done. What are they saying to themselves?
What I want to ask them is, was $5,000 on a box food worth that your fellow Jamaican who worked
Unbelievable.
and toil in his farm to produce onions that so you can go and market and buy cheap for yourself to feed your family is now in a predicament where that your neighbor who is a farmer have to throw all his onions away because the man you voted for just imported onions and killed female.
All right, well on the caller, I'm going to show you a thing. I just go run some clips because I want the people to see certain things. On it, put up this clip. The very same thing what Mark Golin is talking about. Well on the caller. But just show Jamaica certain things, and you know, I want to get into their mental capacity.
Yeah, that's the only way to change. You gotta get into their mental. You've gotta reach them from that stage.
Hold on the caller. Look at this. Play this clip and listen what Mark Golin is saying.
Madam Speaker, this is not just bad policy. It is infected with nepotism. I have seen the customs declaration for an imported shipment of 1,300 bags of onions brought in by a communications company owned by a JLP activist and former MP. I've seen it. I can share it with you if you want to see it. The system of granting import permits needs to be overhauled and put on a transparent footing. And Madam Speaker, priority must be given to importers that represent and support the affected farmers, not politically connected margin gatherers. If you get the privilege of making money out of imported food, those profits should be in the agricultural sector to help build it.
Now look at this now, Carla. Hold on, let me just run them fast to make you see it. Right? Because since you are talking at look at this in terms of the PMP candidate, right, is speaking about the very same thing what Mark Golin had spoken about. And yes, and these people, look at this, listen to this.
No! We will fix it of the situation up in the Seaga Valley. And Seaga Valley start going. Now come down to the flat. Down in the yards and land with up in the man's plane. I'm going to fix the onion business. Because let me tell you something. St. Thomas is a natural habitat for onions. But you are the biggest enemy for onions. The biggest enemy is our member of parliament. Out of the 8 companies that import onion.
The biggest enemy is our member of parliament. And out of the 8 companies that import onion, him own about 3 or 5 of them. Listen Jamaica. Listen to wickedness. Listen to wickedness of Andrew Holness administration. Listen to the wickedness.
Out of the 8 companies that import onion, the most onion in Jamaica, 5 of those entities belong to the member of parliament. And if you don't believe it, and you want to have a vote, tell me something.
Yes. Mighty God, man.
This is why this Jamaica Labour Party and the PSOJ,
Mighty goodness.
the so-called civil society, and those who live up in Beverly Hills and Cherry Gardens and all of these places, the uptown folks, this is why they would never acquiesce to what Mark Golding said about reforming the tax system to collect the uncollected taxes. Because so many politicians, so many of the cabinet, and let me be specific, the Jamaica Labour Party cabinet, Andrew Boney's cabinet ministers are involved in business ventures, importing and exporting, trucks, buses, every sector of the service industry, they're involved in it. Every sector of commerce and trade, they're involved in. So how do you expect for them now to turn around and pay their fair share of taxes? How do you expect now for them to even accept what Mark Golding is saying or implement what Mark Golding is saying when they're gonna be the ones who have to start paying their share of taxes, of uncollected taxes? When you have a media company in a country, let me correct. When you have a mouthpiece in the country that owes $1.5 billion in taxes, and our kids don't have proper school equipment, don't get proper meals in school, we have hospitals without bed, and you have one individual who, just because he represents the Prime Minister, public media, he can be exempt from paying taxes and owe the Jamaica people and the Jamaica society $1.5 billion in taxes. Nowhere in the civilized world would that be allowed. Only in Jamaica.
Only in Jamaica.
And people will defend that because you know what? Them can go dance on a pole house. Them can go at a party. Them can go sit down on some little or raggedy place and things that them have something that go on, but them can drink a wine or drink a bottle of wine and champagne and act like them are this and that. They will acquiesce into this kind of behavior and allow this kind of exempt, while the masses, while for them own kids, we are go to school, no proper school equipment, or can't get proper meal in the school because them can go.
All right, caller. All right, hold on. All right, hold on, caller. Let me take another call because another call. They might call me because someone want to participate too. Let me just quickly take another call. Here?
Yes, my brother.
Blessings. Okay. All right. Yes, caller. You're on Mystic Sensation. Go ahead. Yes, you're on Mystic Sensation. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mystic. Night.
Night, my brother.
Bless up to Lady Anne-Marie.
Blessings.
Bless up. Yeah, man. Bless up. Yeah.
Yes. No. Yes, I'm here now. We are hearing you, man. You are on here.
Yeah. James Hamilton, we didn't see it. We didn't see it.
What happened? Because he's the MP, you know. So what happened? Talk to us now. Yeah, then tell me what happened now. Tell me why you said that.
Them not stuff box over them. Byron, them stuff box here.
Okay.
See it, what I see to get robbed, you know.
Mm-hmm.
When them thief it. The people not vote for him.
Okay, and you have evidence? Talk to me.
We know all who have gone.
All right.
We know all who have gone with the secret. You understand what I say?
Mm-hmm.
You know we didn't see it, Byron.
Okay.
Tell me, I tell you that. Let me rob it. Just like we are going down East Kingston there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Yeah, man. There's a percent on
Blessings.
a melting pot.
All right.
Yeah, man. And now in the seat, so when you say the people them vote for them, people them not vote for them. Because remember say one day tell people say, we pay you already, you know, so we not fix up your road. The one for St. Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Another one. Yeah. Yeah, man.
All right.
Them tell the people them blatantly, I buy vote, so we no have to for nothing.
Okay.
And it depends. It's on social media.
Mm-hmm.
People have the voice note.
Yes.
So bless up yourself, you know.
All right. Blessings, my brother. All right.
All right.
Yes. So let us quickly play this, and then we just have Melting Pot close us off where that is fearful onion glut hits farmer. And this is a wickedness as it relates to anti-honest administration, right? Doing to the people. Wickedness, it's vicious. Now, look at this. Suffering our farmers, right?
News from the agriculture sector now. Onion farmers in St. Thomas are urgently appealing for help. After producing a record harvest, they're finding it difficult to get enough buyers to absorb the supply. Details in this report.
There is an urgent appeal from onion farmers in St. Thomas who say thousands of pounds of onions remain in storage and in the fields without buyers. They warned that if buyers are not found soon, they could face major financial losses.
We put in a whole heap of work to make sure that the onion them come good, proper. And at ear time, when you listen to the news, you hear how much millions of dollars the government spend to input onion in our country. And now we have them millions of stay in our country so we can rotate them. We can be able to buy one vehicle, maybe can start one local one room or something like that. And we can't find a buyer. 500 bags of onion, we have to see every single night. So Mr. Flight Green, may I ask your boss, please, if you can help with solution.
Farmers say an agreement was reached with the authorities, but they are still waiting to see any progress.
One government team come out here what the in a what they want to keep on meeting and them say them starting price of onion at 140. We agree with the 140. Them say when they take your onion, them give away. Them give you 20% time money and 2 months time and pay with the rest. Everybody agree. But we don't see nobody come pick up the onion them.
The farmers warned that without swift intervention, large quantities of onions could go to waste, wiping out months of work and investment.
We spend with money. I don't know where we get food no money from. You understand? But me have to find my way out, brother. And it's a shameful act now to see boy so much of a farmer they run us. So yeah, and then the end of the day, I'm going to tour we alone there. That's what I'm saying. Listen to me. Yeah? I'm not talking behalf of all farmers. No, I'm talking behalf of couple of way what makes sense, brother. But want something out of life in general.
They are urging the authorities to move quickly to coordinate sales so the surplus can reach consumers across the island instead of ending up as a cost and loss for producers. Earlier this year, Agriculture Minister Floyd Green announced that the Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA, is actively working to move the excess produce from farmers.
Yes, because Floyd Green is only peer PR. Peer PR. Nothing being done. Let me just read the last thing in terms of the wickedness that Nigel Clark had done prior to Nigel Clark left Jamaica. The wickedness, the evil. Giving our farmers competition. Our farmers can't even compete in terms of what Nigel Clark did. Look what Nigel Clark did. Look at the wickedness before Nigel Clark left. Look at the wickedness. Look at this. Right? See here, no GCT on imported raw foods. Right? So all I like James Roberts now. Love this, you know. All I like at this policy now, suit. Right, James Robertson. So James Robertson can come in with him bag of this and bag of that because him have cold storage and they make a bag of money and suffer the very same people what them aren't to vote for them. Mighty God, man, look on this. Look on this, people. Look on this for Nigel Clark, though. Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Dr. Nigel Clark, has announced that general consumption tax on imported raw food stuff, including vegetables, will be abolished in coming weeks in keeping with international trade treaties. What's after international trade treaties? You're going to tell me now the little protection where you know where you need to offer to our farmers You understand? You should be looking now to increase GCT to protect our farmers. You remove it, expose our farmers, you understand, to James Robertson. So Nigel Clark set up this policy for James Robertson. All of this going on political kickback, you know, and illegal campaign financing, you know. So those people who now allowed to come in and the permit is what Mark Gold want to understand. This is what Mark Gold is talking about. Because Nigel Clark free up this and so that the government now they issue the permits now to them friend. Listen, this is what Mark Gold is talking about, Jamaica people. See it here. Speaking yesterday in the lower house of parliament during his presentation of the budget for fiscal year 2024 and 25. Dr. Clark explained that the government had to take into account balancing the risk of being blacklisted by the World Trade Organization. So then, hold on. So the World Trade Organization and IMF and all of these entities now, you understand, gone into the business of suppressing developing countries. Because, all right, who you people are issuing the license to? This is a scan, you know. Just like when you talk about FBI, they investigate SSL. This is a scan, you know. Right? So then, so then you move away the GCT, right? Who you issuing permits to? Who the government issuing permits to? Now your friend them, including James Roberts, who in a parliament, who they represent the people, who supposed to represent the people. James Roberts, you're wicked. Take down this honey. James Roberts, you're wicked, you're cruel, you're a reptile. You're a reptile. Let me just bring in Melting Pot to close us out. Melting Pot.
Yeah, man, the Jamaica Labour Party has built a society in Jamaica that has become dunce and uncaring. And, you know, this exercise has been long coming because, you know, the Jamaica Labour Party, you know, invests in education, you know. And when you have 90% of the population uneducated, especially in regards to politics, then you're going to have a big problem within the society. It's a society that cannot make a decision to determine the future of them life. That is what Andrew Willis create. And, you know, him also endorse it with a lot of, you know, what we call illegal activity as it relates to vote buying, and then you have the handout and you have the PR in regards to him giving out some little indigenous houses and all these things, and everything is just done on the wrong side of how a government should really administrate. Andrew Willis and the Jamaica Labour Party has been, you know, blindfolding the general public in Jamaica. Them can't see the future of the country right now. Them can't see where the country is at in terms of the administration, where the administration is, you know, taking the country. In a 21st global century world, Jamaica is lagging way behind. Now, when you put up that caption with that, you know, general consumption tax being, you know, not added to importation of green produce, Jamaica shouldn't be going down that road. Jamaica should be exporting those produce. And no politician should be even granted the permission of having an importation license.
Exactly, Melton.
Politicians should be working specifically as the job entails. You coming to get the electorate vote, they give it to you, you go into parliament, you represent the electorate. Every constituency member of parliament should be working assiduously to improve the whole infrastructure as it relates to his constituency and to empower the people them within his or her constituency by providing the basic tools that they need to work. You understand? And so you also have to provide market for the farmers. You have to create the local market and you have to create the overseas market. All hotels should be signed into a contract of, utilizing the Jamaica agriculture produce in whatever capacity that they requires. You can't import that once it's there Jamaica. Once Jamaica grow it, you have to buy it. Yeah? Because first and foremost, the government and the country now own the hotel them. It's foreigners own them. You understand? Few look at Jamaica and down the like the Stuart boy there. Yeah, and the Harding. But most of the hotel them owned by overseas investors. But coming back to the reality of where Jamaica is right now, we are looking on the ruling government as an uncaring and wicked government. And it has been shown in two key areas. Yeah. Uncaring as it relates to Melissa and the damage being done to several thousand Jamaicans being left homeless. And the government gets 6.7 billion US dollar from the World Bank, IMF, and Inter-Development Bank, and those agencies, countries alike, donate money to Jamaica. Vast amount of money coming in. Plus you have the cat ban, yeah, from the hurricane insurance, and plus you have CRIF. So them have vast amount of money. We see how that go. We see how the things them that was sent into Jamaica by donor countries and charitable groups and individuals. We see how them things they go. Yeah? But here the wicked part right now. The farmer them toil and work hard and put out them produce when I look on so many bags of onion, but yet still they don't have a market space for it. Simply because the government give to its member of parliament, yeah, and its cabinet member importation license. So Jamaican people now have to start look on these two aspects, and ask them. Jamaican need to ask themselves the question: can we survive under this Jamaica Labour Party administration? What type of life is being, created for the Jamaican youths them? I hear the caller earlier on speak about the Jamaican youths them from the corner and the country here, but them not have nothing else. Them have to come out and socialize. Them have to come out and feel like them alive. Them can't just stay in them house. But them not have no job. All of the building construction work gone to Chinese. Yeah. Both major and minor construction work are Chinese that do that. When you look the youth them farm, and not just onion a glut, tomato glut, melon glut in the field, cabbage, a lot of things. Them not have no market for things, so the youth them now go deal with it, agriculture. And I like them no want to deal with it. Them not going to deal with it. Because them two gentlemen that we are speak about them onion, you can see the frustration, and the hostility way in them as it relates to them putting the work and can't see no benefit from it. And Jamaica is like that. Under the Jamaica Labour Party administration, the kleptocratic government were out of Jamaica. The crime minister were posed up in the prime minister seat. The speaker of the house who we know a criminal too, because she can't certify either. You understand? The transport and telecommunication minister, yeah, Vaz, him a criminal, Because remember, Vaz have Keisha back in her entity down a Montego Bay where him specially put her there so for rob, and them share the money, unqualified personnel in a sensitive government entity that lack the requisite knowledge, skill, and qualification. She was put there by Vaz to rob the Jamaican taxpayers' money So when you look upon the whole administration combined together, they are robbers. They are criminals of all different aspects of crime. It's not just one crime them carry out. It's not just the money alone them a thief. Them a suppress farmers. Them control all different type of commercial sector within the society. Remember Andrew Wallace and his wife and them have the trucking empire in Jamaica, you know. And them have built out Jamaica with apartment and all type of thing, you know. And them have the shell company, them, you know. Yeah. And them have people in the country that wash the money. Me never know Jamaica would have end up with a prime minister that is corrupted to the core, that him involved in a high level criminality, like money laundering. You understand? Shell companies, demonic representation of the country, large man. Jamaica people don't have to wake up to the reality, you know. And the reality has steer on us straight in the eye. This guy in front of you telling a blatant lie on a cancer for yourself and run with the shit. You understand? Because right now, we have ways and means of doing things, you know. Because melting pot will tell you what to do, you know. You see, if you're afraid of the guy, police force and them army, when you just stay on the yard and carry out the same sick out. Nobody not turn up in the work. When you're there now in the place, when you cook 2 flour dumpling or whatever, but when you just make sure no so now go and pinch Kubi. 2 weeks out of this, the PSOJ drop down on them face. This guy have to leave the office. Leave him have to lift up. But Jamaica people, as I said, I don't know what come over the nation. But the nation become unaware and uncaring. They are not aware of what is happening and they don't care about them life. I think too much help come from the diaspora in terms of reaching out and assisting people in Jamaica, rather than Jamaica coming out and make sure no that them fight for what them want in the country where them live. Too many people have migrated to Jamaica and it's living far superior lifestyle than my Jamaican people. They have jobs, they have proper houses, and they have purchasing power in terms of money. While my people don't have none of those basic amenity. Yet my people have to drink all type of infested water because the water system is not up to standard to 21st century. Yeah? When you have water in a black tank that infested, when you have water come in a shit truck that contaminated, when you have people at a spring that is not healthy water, while we have 120 river and we are known to be the land of food and water, but we can't find water running through the pipeline them. You understand? It's a scarce commodity. Where you see this garbage crime minister do is make sure infest the place with black tank. You understand? And them want to come infest the place with container out. So they just look on the reduction in our lifestyle. Where this guy come short going with him promise on the first world country by 2030. Andrew Wallace, the crime minister, has been lying and must be charged for treason. You understand? Lying to your people, yeah, is a means of punishment as it relates to treason. This guy has committed so much heinous crime in the society, it's unbelievable. And Jamaica people have to wise up to the reality of this guy and his administration. Now you see a gentleman in terms of Mark Jefferson Golden. Just look at that water edition in a parliament, speaking in regard to the price of a bottle of water. And when Mark G, eloquently discussed why 2 bottles of water is more expensive than a liter of gas, the garbage crime minister come out and start joke out the people business. Now that just shows some Mark Jefferson Golden is a man that is serious about the people business and the running of the country and the whole affair at Jamaica. You understand? While this crime minister And them little idiot, garbage, criminal member of parliament, them was having a laugh, knocking the desk where them sit down round, acknowledging where the crime minister say you can get water for $20 and $44. And I know that no exists. The last time I was in Jamaica, I was paying $100 for a bottle of water. And that is a decade ago. So it's not like something that is just come on board. This price for a bottle of water is in existence for a decade. I can attest to that. So when you have a crime minister who can explain to the people them the price of certain basic commodity like water, which Jamaica shouldn't have buy water. You understand? Jamaica shouldn't be buying water, you know. But even if you have to buy water, it's supposed to be affordable. In Jamaica, water is not affordable. Water is dearer than two bottle of water is dearer than a liter of gas. And it outscored that liter of gas by 15 Jamaican dollars. You understand? So we just look on the whole state of affairs and know says a joker, kleptocratic administration around the country. Them not serious with the people business.
100 to 150.
Andrew come in like say him they are dance all and him a, you know, I cheer up him supporters them. A parliament that a serious conversation you keep in a parliament. Yeah. And there is no individual in a Jamaica that can tell me say you can get a bottle of water. Yeah, NWC water for $20 and regular water for $44.
Water is not for sale.
Nobody can tell me that. So when we look on how everything just pan out, and call out certain sector of the society, the one we are going to deal with now is the church. Them not worshipping the true and living God, you know. Them are worship a bro God. God, church people not come out and participate in a nut way a damage the country, you know. So you have to know say them guy, them are worship. That's why them get the 75 million, you know. Because there is no specification why they were handed out 75 million when Jamaican people who lose them home under tarpaulin and under cardboard and all type of makeshift house. You understand? Because there is no reason me I go call myself a Christian who align myself to the Creator, but me I watch my fellow brothers and sisters around me I suffer on a daily basis. Suffering to the extent where them not have nothing. But me as a body, yeah, don't see it fit to make representation on behalf of the suffering people. Then I must bro God them a praise. Because they come make sure no same identify himself to them as a God. But a mythical God. And you see where them lend support to him all the while. And so Jamaica now becomes a country that is in turmoil. Because as big sector of the civil society, which is the community of churches, you know, vast amount of number of Jamaican people, you know, they does not see it fit to come out and vent any form of anger to the day-to-day running of the country. No matter how much youth get gunned down, them silent. No matter how much suffering the people them down in a ground zero, undergo them silent. No matter how much starvation they on the land, them silent. No matter how the deal, how the infrastructure run down and look dilapidated, them silent. No matter how the education system damage, them silent. No matter how the healthcare system damage, them silent. No matter how the corruption turn up and rampant in amongst the Jamaica Labour Party administration, them silent. So you know them get credence to where I'm going in Jamaica. Them love it. Because them not find it as anything offensive or an obstacle in the way of Jamaican people. Yeah? When you look on all the beach we're gone, you hear them come out and say to the crime minister and say, Crime Minister, That not right. It's like them not share the facility of the recreation of going to a beach. The only thing you hear them talk about is nice abatement will bring the most money come at Jamaica as it relates to reggae music. Other than that, them no business and nothing. So me I look upon this group of people and I ask myself if these people are God people, are bro God people. Because when Jamaica need them, you know, are the biggest society group in a Jamaica, but is the worthless and the most viceless society group in a Jamaica. And I yield back the floor to you, Sir Lord Byron.
All right, let me just. All right, my Jamaican people. Well, that's it. We're going to cut it for tonight. Right. Let me just hand over the floor to Wifey to close us out. All right.
Okay, guys, as usual, thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate each and everyone's continued support. I'm just going to say have a blessed rest of the week and safe travel on the gravel until we meet again. Good night. Blessings.
All right, Pat. Blessings. All right.
I don't want you come to me with that foolishness, you know. You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want the right start that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.